I'll wait for the ad to go away on Twitch.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along again on a Thursday night. And it is once again RSF1 Season 3, Division 4. But it's not like any other. Tonight it is the finale. The championship will be decided right here, right now. 3 men, 1 title, 8 points the difference, 26 points up for grabs. Who's it going to be? We'll find out over the next an hour and a half. And alongside me, my trusty sidekick. Welcome back. It's Grunty.
Hello there. It's good to be here.
How are you, my friend?
Yeah, really good. Looking forward to this one last time. The final run through in Abu Dhabi here. Well, for the whole season, really, isn't it? Not just F4, but obviously the whole thing. So how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah, it's nice to be back. It's a little shame to see the end of the season, I suppose, but at the same time, I'm glad to get out of the Pink Panther, mate. I've not had a good time in that car this season, but it is what it is. It's part of the thing. For some unknown reason, we haven't got a P1 in this session. We've just got from P2 down to P15.
Yeah, that happened the other day actually in the F3 race, which I watched. There wasn't a P11, I think it was in that. So seems to be a common occurrence here in Abu Dhabi.
It's a phenomenal game we've got here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at Primus.
First man on track. Yeah.
Always is. He's always first man on track.
First flash of a car at the Yas Marina circuit. What a track as well, Grunty. I love this track. I don't know about you, but I love this track.
Yeah.
Got a bit of everything.
Yeah, I absolutely love this track as well. I think it's great. I think it's my worst track, mainly because it's the last one of the season, and it's probably the least you drive on.
I'd probably say so, yeah.
Just realised as well, actually, come to think of it, isn't it supposed to be night time?
Not in qualifying, or am I wrong? Have the session times been mucked up here? I think you might be right. I'm not sure. I don't think qualifying is night time. Maybe we're wrong. That wouldn't be the first time, so maybe we are wrong. I don't know.
Let me have. I don't know. It's not in here, is it?
Someone in the chat. Someone answer that question for us. Is it meant to be night time? I'm really not sure.
I mean, if it's supposed to be night time, is it? Should we be running it? I don't know. What the situation is.
Well, I'll raise the question in the Discord. I'll raise the question.
But surely it's supposed to be set up a little differently, don't they? At night time to daytime, or the track
the tyres are different.
Completely different, yeah. So,
however, I'll let you take us on our first flying lap with Primus.
I will. Right, coming down to the start finish straight, hot lap enabled, max fuel as well, going to turn 1, keeping it nice and tight on the apex there, doing really well. Be careful with this corner here, touch the inside curve and you could slide and have a bit of a spin, as a couple of drivers have been seen doing. The Alfa Romeo there getting nicely out of the way through that sort of chicane, doing really well. Now up to the hairpin, different ways of doing it. He obviously Primus likes to go for the later turn in, get a sort of the quicker exit. Going down obviously the first of the 2 long straights here, it's all about power. Pedal to the middle, braking really hard actually now down to the chicane, jumping the curb really nicely. Careful with that curve though, because you could always jump and sort of lose the car. But coming down the second straight here, doing really nice in this lap actually, it's looking quite good. Coming up to the end of the second sector, 57.7 total lap time. This is one of the tricky parts. The curves are so low around here that you can easily invalidate, but Primus also does really well there to not invalidate. Coming up to the triple turn here. That was quite on the curve on the edge there, but doing still quite well, still running. Obviously now in the first sector, you could lose a lot of time through here, but he's actually doing quite well. He's second to last corner. Again, nicely touching the apex, but on exit, power down, coming to the start finish right now, 1:35.5. So good lap from Primus there.
Yeah, nice lap from Primus. Is that? Oh, that's Petronas going to cross the line for the start of his lap. I'm trying to do some research into the time situation, but I'm not really sure.
I'm just trying to.
Sure just yet. Sainz is trying to help me out, but we're all a bit confused.
Yeah.
It says it's normally light for about 10 minutes, but this looks like the middle of the day sort of light to me.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but
yeah, doesn't really seem to be. See, normally
who's hosting tonight? Do we know?
Duffer.
Okie dokie.
But I normally see it be quite dark.
The problem is here, if this isn't unofficial, the race is also going to start at this sort of time, and I'm not sure that's really a good thing. Let me try and get in touch with someone.
Sure. But in the meantime, we've got a couple people actually have completed laps. UK Demons in the Red Bull doing a 36.1. Fish Sticks' teammate doing a 35.9. And Toxic NW doing a 38.4. Old Bazzi just crossing the line as well to do a 36.2. So some decent times on the board. No one's quite got there with Primus as of yet, but we're still early in the qualifying stage. Still 12 minutes to go. Everyone's obviously going through their first runs. Some are validating, some are not. And then obviously, if you need be, go for a second run afterwards. But preferably not.
As long as they just get a lap in, there's only 4.
There isn't there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's only 14 of them because apparently now we haven't got a P6. Oh, now we have. But yeah, there's only 14 currently in the grid, so as long as they get a lap in, they can chill themselves out and go and have a nice cuppa.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to help the situation. I definitely think this is wrong. I do think this is wrong, but
yeah, I agree. I'm
trying to get someone. I'll tag the relevant parties.
We'll see. Primus Gaming has retired. He's obviously done his lap. He's happy. Just on board with Fish Sticks. I think he's going again. Looks like it. Toxic MW just seems to get a touch in the way there of his lap, which is unfortunate for Fish Sticks. But obviously he's still going. I think the championship leader is about to come across the line as well. Oh, Fish Sticks went to go in the pits and literally just missed it, and has to go around to do another lap now because he's just missed the pit lane.
Oh, we've seen that before.
Yeah, that's a big shame.
It's actually a bit of a tricky pit lane this sometimes because you do end up going to dive in and then all of a sudden like overshooting it because it's a tighter 90-degree right than people realise.
Yeah.
Whilst we wait on the discussion regarding the times, I'll run you over, or we will run you all over the what could happen tonight. As I said, it's one title. The constructor's already been decided. There's one title on the line, the driver's title. There's 3 people up for grabs. There's 8 points is currently the difference. It's Duffalump 26 in the racing point, currently in P2, is leading the way on 238 points. In P2, on countback currently, is RS Prost on 230 points. P3, RS Prost teammate, both Alfa Romeo drivers up for the title tonight. It's Eagle, who is also on 230 points. So, between them, 8 points is the gap. It's 25 for a race win. It's 18 for a second. So, if one of the Alfa Romeo boys wins the race, Duffer must take second to take the title. It's sort of a winner-takes-all, really, don't it? It's a bit of a winner-takes-all because unless Duffer can, get a P2, it's going to be a winner-takes-all because if they take fastest lap, although if I'm not wrong, if they do tie, Duffer takes it on countback, which he does. He's took 6 wins so far this season. Prost 3 and Eagle 1.
It's literally going to be winner takes all. If Eagle or Prost are winning, then Duffer needs second. If Duffer can have second place, then he can still win it. But if it's not in second, then it's game over.
Duffer needs a top two to guarantee the title. But Prost and Eagle, well, they need one of them. Whoever wants to win this title needs to win the race out of them two, really. I think, especially with the little amount of drivers we've unfortunately got tonight, it's going to be harder and harder for people to finish lower down the grid, obviously.
Yeah.
Who's your money on, mate?
My money's on Duffer. I mean, I know. Obviously, I know you'll be going with Duffer as well because he's a Pink Panther mate. I think it's been tough between all three of them all season. I know Eagles only recently kind of come up the ranks and started, doing really well in that top 5, top 10. But I do think Duffer can, if he just keeps his head still, he could be a bit sort of like F3 on Monday. I think it'll be sort of, if he can keep his head and keep it cool, then he'll be all right.
Yeah, I want Duffer to win. I'm not biased. I get on with all three drivers, but Duffer's a Pink Panther, so I'm going to back Duffer. And I think he's just going to have what it takes. I think he knows the title's in his hands. He knows that those two are going to have to pull something spectacular out of the bag to take it away from him.
Yeah, definitely. I think, if I'm honest with you here, Diggles, I do think this lobby would need a restart due to it's just not coming night time.
Well, I think we've had a quick discussion, and the gaffers tell me that they're going to speak with the host when they get a chance. If it is a restart, it's going to be at the end of qualifying. So qualifying will stand. So whatever we see in these sessions will stand, and we will, if needed, get a restart for the race, which I think will be needed. But for now, all the times we see in these next 3 sessions will stand and will be counted. Which is interesting because someone might have a setup that works a little bit better in these conditions.
Yeah. So it's officially, we're doing a restart. It's been put in Discord if people aren't aware, due to obviously the lobby settings not being correct. I think everyone who is in the lobby right now obviously needs to leave and join the new one that gets started. Do apologise for this, guys.
Well, I don't know. I think. Yep, we're doing it now.
It's on it's on the Discord.
Yep.
It's come through on
we're doing
the
it now. You're
F4
right.
chat.
Just had it from the division heads. We're going to be doing a restart now, ladies and gents. Do apologise for this. However, you now all get to see the action from the very start to the very end, from the very start of Q1 to the very end of the race. It's going to be a good one as well. I've got money on it being a very good one.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this one. That's for sure.
We'll watch the cars drive around for a bit to keep you all entertained whilst everybody leaves.
Yeah.
Whilst we're around and about and waiting for this in the chat, thank you for all that are joining us so far. Who's your money on for the title then? Let me see your predictions. I want a title winner and a top 3 for the race. We'll go with that.
Yeah. So moving on to next season, Diggles. What car are you hoping for next season then?
Oh, good question. Wait, what car?
Yeah.
Well, I quite like, weirdly enough, I quite like the Alpha Tauri actually.
You know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. I really do like the Alpha Tauri.
I've now been kicked out of Xbox Live anyway. So
yeah,
that's weird.
Me too. Nice.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Great.
Nice, fellas.
Happy days. F4 2020.
Esports ready, mate. You know the drill.
Yeah. Yeah, I think AlphaTauri, great car. Or the McLaren. I think I quite like the McLaren car.
Yeah, I drove the McLaren this season in a different league of mine, and it is actually quite nice. I wouldn't mind the Red Bull as well, actually.
Yeah.
I like the Honda powered cars.
Yeah.
Don't know
Red
why.
Bull.
Just
it's really nice.
Your Red Bulls, your ATs.
I did quite like the
Lincoln Dave.
the
I don't want the pink eyesore. I'm with you there, mate. That car is cursed. I'm telling you. some of the luck that some of the drivers have had in that. I mean, if he brings it home, then he must be the best driver. If Duffer does this, he must be the best driver ever because that car is absolutely wrecked. I'm telling you now, it's cursed.
Well, at least you can't be as bad as some drivers. Some drivers have had the same car for 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah, well, I hope I don't end up in that situation.
Yeah, I know one of them is RSF1 Stretch. He's had a Red Bull for like 3 seasons in a row. Toto Wolff's had the Alfa Romeo.
The Alfa. Yeah, he's been the team principal for a while there, hasn't he? Yeah. He definitely has.
Just can't shake it.
What did you think to the Alpine livery release today, Grunty, if you've seen it?
Yeah.
The testing livery release, they say. What do you think? The good riddance of Renault, apparently, and the new dawn of Alpine F1.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's nice. It's just a bit boring.
I hope they change the black to blue, and it might look a little bit better.
Yeah,
a concept thing.
I think it looks a lot like if you were to turn the black into white, then it looks exactly the same as the Williams car.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's one of them where no matter what you do, it's going to look like a different car. But obviously, we all knew they were going to go for the sort of red, white, blue. But we didn't know they were going to put black in it as well. So I just think it's okay. It's good. It's just a bit, a little bit boring.
Hopefully, when the season rolls around, they've ramped it up in colour a little bit.
Yeah, just that bit more excitement, isn't it?
Me apart. I hope so, mate. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. Me too.
Oh, we're all returning. Abu Dhabi Q1. Maybe we might even catch ourselves a new driver. You never know.
Oh, you never know. Yeah. Could do. Was there a little sneaky peek of Red Bull with going with a different engine supplier as well today, or is that some miscommunication that I've heard?
I don't know. Where have you seen this?
I swear I saw. I'm just having a look now. I swear I saw it on Instagram where they were going with Dacia.
Oh, I think you've been.
Have I been?
Duped. Surely Dacia aren't going to be entering F1.
Right.
I think you've been duped. I might be wrong. You never know. You never know. I could be wrong.
Going back to actually that Alpine car, that's their winter livery. Now,
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they could change it up for the.
Just look at the Red Bull cars, but they have their winter liveries to their actual liveries.
It's always better than the actual one.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. One where they did, was it so many different pictures of people's faces?
Yeah.
That was
I've always had a soft spot for the black and blue camo one they did. I think it was 2017.
Oh yeah.
That was incredible, and they did the black and white one as well. I quite like the black and white one.
Yeah, it was really nice. They did a black and red one, I think, as well, didn't they?
I think so, mate. Yeah.
But then they
what's the snow been like at your place today, Grunty?
Snow?
Absolutely throwing it down.
Snow?
Where I am. Has it not?
I live in the
Has
south.
It not snowed?
I don't have any snow.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it. Oh Jesus! It's not like living in Barbados, pal. It can still snow.
If anybody in the chat is from the south, they know that all we get is rain. We get no snow. We get frost in the morning. You know, that horrible stuff that, the ice and frost, but we never get snow. I can't remember last time I had snow. Yeah, Brundle's from south as well. He's from Brighton. He knows.
We've had about 4 inches of snow today, I reckon, up here.
Yeah, see, I missed that.
It's absolutely frozen.
Even Madrid's got snow. We don't.
It's too warm in the south, mate. It's too warm.
It's too warm.
30 degrees every day of the week.
I'm sweating. I'm taking my jumpers off.
Shorts and t-shirt, no matter the day of the year.
Yeah, see everyone here in the chat. The sources from Bristol. Yeah, you never get snow. Yeah, not far from me, pal. Probably about an hour and a half away from me there, Bristol. Yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, But
Southerners.
Eh? I'm a northerner at heart, mate. Just originally from Leeds, well, near Selby. knows where that is. You probably do.
Yeah, it's near me, that, mate.
Yeah. A little village
Well,
called
Selby, it's
Hambleton.
probably... I know that place.
Yeah, that's where my old house
Probably
used to
30
be.
minutes from 30 minutes from me.
Born in good old Ponty.
Pontefract.
Good old Ponty.
Near the old Ferrybridge power station.
Oh yes.
Been demolished, that Grunty, if you've not seen.
It has,
they're
yeah.
demolishing the
I was
towers.
there last year actually, and it realised it had been demolished. Sad.
Yeah, getting rid of all the towers. So we're going to be carbon neutral.
Yeah.
Jake says he knows Selby. Where's Jake from? Do we know? Does anybody know the answer to that?
Don't know. He doesn't really have that northern ting, does he? Twang.
I mean, if he knows Selby, he must be. Well,
Yeah.
he might just know it, but
I mean, Selby's quite a, you know, it's not really a village that you
it's
know.
actually a
of.
fairly. No, exactly, yeah. It's a fairly local place.
Yeah. Interesting.
Come on and tear me apart.
Well, it looks like we're going again.
Well, we're going to give it another go. Yeah, we'll try again.
Take two. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Also looking forward to eating some food after this because I've had nothing all day. Well, I say that. I've had lunch.
I had a sausage sandwich this morning. That's about all I've had really. But I've brought the biscuit tin along to the stream with me. Let me see what I've got now.
Good old biscuits.
I've got. So this is a little bit. Well, it's just my natural biscuit tin. I've got some ginger nuts.
Ooh, nice.
I've got some malted milks. Now they're one of my favourites, malted milks. I don't know if you know what malted milk is. I mean, you should.
Oh yeah, I do.
Malted milk. And then top it off, I've got some fig rolls. I like a fig roll, but they're a bit different. They're a bit like Marmite. You either love them or you hate them.
Yeah. Not a big fan.
I mean, my favourite biscuit, custard cream. Don't know about you, but I love a custard cream.
Either custard cream or it's good chocky bicky.
Yeah, I like a chunky chocolate biscuit. You know, cheeky little cookie or whatever. Malted milks are filthy. I might be reading that wrong, but that's what he says. Oh no, that is what he says.
Jakey Moore's actually
I love
near
malted
Sheffield. Lived in Birmingham.
Near Sheffield, but lived in
years.
Birmingham for a good 10 years. So, again, Sheffield, that's not far from me.
Yeah, not far, Sheffield. My family live in Sheffield area.
UK Demon was the first man out on track this time.
Yeah, Primus has lost out this time, hasn't he?
I know, he's been beat to his record, done, dusted. It lasted a session.
Yeah. It's a big shame, big shame.
We get to start again. We've still only got 14. Don't be fooled by the number that Fish Stick says, because we haven't got a P1 again.
Oh yeah.
There is no P1. P1, Sebastian.
P1. Also, news about Bahrain being the first race of the season and going to be the test race as well. So
Yeah, going to be the
cool.
test track, isn't it?
That's pretty cool. See, I mean,
I've heard
it's not much help.
COVID.
But...
I've heard it's down to COVID, but I don't really know. I think people have been complaining that Spain's on the calendar at all, to be honest, which is a weird one. I quite like Spain.
I do like Spain, but also I'm surprised that UK's on the list. Because, you know, we're in a desperate situation and we're on the list to host F1 race, which is a bit strange, but obviously by the time
I think it'll be a behind closed doors situation still.
Yeah, I think by the
I might
time
be wrong,
we get
you never
there,
know.
we might be alright. But it won't be normal, but it might be.
I mean, I've got holidays booked this year, and I can't see that happening, unfortunately. I don't know about you, if that's in your thought train for this year, but it looks like we could have another year being thrown in the bin.
Well, I had a few holidays booked for obviously last year that I decided to move over to this year, thinking it'd be alright. And then obviously all of a sudden it's not alright, but I don't think it's going to be alright. Mainly because...
The first major one is October, so I'm kind of hoping, but you never know.
Mine's in June, so I doubt that's going to happen. I'm meant to go to Germany to actually drive around the Nürburgring, so that's not happening anymore. I don't think.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah, that was meant to happen last year. This year, and now it's not going to happen at all. So I'm just going to cancel it, get my money back because I've got insurance, and then obviously when we can, we'll go. But I'm only driving, so it's not like I need to plane or anything like that. But I had loads of holidays planned because I've sort of merged last year's holidays with this year's holidays. So I've done, I've got Spain, I've got Poland, I've got Germany on the calendar. Also wanted to go to Abu Dhabi for, well, it's not Abu Dhabi, sorry, Dubai for New Year's last year. Now I'm going to do it this year, hopefully. We'll see.
All being well.
Yeah. Don't mind, look.
Which it isn't right now, but I'm sure before you know it, we'll be on the other side of all this. It's a scary time for people out there, but it's coming together. UK Demons has pulled in the pits and retired.
So he doesn't really need to do that, does he? Everyone's
nope, not particularly.
Because I think it's, I don't know if they fixed the bug, but I know only one person needs to do a lap. So
as far as I'm aware, that is the case. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, a bit of track time, something like they want. I mean, I'd rather be on track than not do anything.
Oh, it's happening already, Grunty. Jake Moore is a reminder who won the Constructors in F3. We're over it, Jake. We're over it. We're past it. It's history now. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I mean, come on,
Nobody
that was
cares.
Monday.
It was.
We're done with that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we're well done with that, mate. Nobody even thinks about that anymore.
You're here to actually watch the F4, even though the title does says Div 1. It's actually Div 4.
It shouldn't do. I changed it.
It says Div 1.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, there we go.
Good at this streaming thing. Source, what are you complaining about, mate? I was fixing the
It's
stream.
sorted. It's sorted. Don't you worry. It's Div 4 you're watching.
I was just saying Div 1, you know, to make people think that
People
me
excited.
and you were back to the pinnacle of commentating, but...
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, that is... interesting.
I know what's happened now.
say the
I
least.
bet any money he spun on turn 2 or whatever and come across the pit lane, waited to let someone by, and it's disqualified him.
That's a shame.
That is a big shame. Looks like he'll be starting 14th. Okay.
Not particularly that far back then.
No.
All being said.
Yeah, it's last, but it's 14th, so is what it is, end of the day.
Yeah, last race of the season, you do seem to see numbers drop a little bit as people, well, a lot of people don't want to risk picking up any penalty points and carrying a ban over to the new season, which I suppose is a smart move if you're not in a fight for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a smart move, but you also want to have a bit of fun, don't you? So
You do.
Change put a
We had
little
some donuts last night from the F1 boys.
Change using his brain here, rhyming in the chat. Duffer, he's our
RSF1
man.
sauce.
If he can't do
Oh,
it,
go on.
no one can. Well done, Shane.
Oh God. Oh, that's fantastic rhyming. And Sauce, I have got the one man beside me who can definitely answer this question. Sauce says, does points carry over, do they? And the head steward tells me,
Points do not carry over, but bans do.
correct. So, points don't carry over, Sauce, but if somebody was to pick up enough points to warrant a qualifying ban or a race ban, that would then be carried over.
Yeah, for example, there is one member in Division 5. If he's watching, I hope he doesn't mind mentioning him. Actually, no, I won't mention him. I think he had a race ban and a quali ban. Served the race ban in Abu Dhabi. He's also got a quali ban, which he's going to serve in Australia next season. And also, I believe it was Hush this season who had a quali ban and a race ban for this season. So that started in Australia.
He did.
And then he got a quali ban for Bahrain. So it is what it is.
I know Legends, in my teammate, he decided to sit out Abu Dhabi just in case he picked up a ban and carried it over.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. I wasn't scared of picking up a ban. I just didn't practice and wasn't very quick. So decided it was probably better for me to stay out.
You're always quick, weren't you?
I'm looking forward to actually Division 2 next season. I think it's going to be quite a good good division. I think all divisions are going to be really good. It's obviously all going to mix around.
Yeah, going to be a few changes here and there. You never know where you might end up.
Exactly.
To F1 confirmed.
Denied. I think there's a few interesting characters that'll be moving around. Obviously, people who are winning championships probably will be moving. Fortunately, there's no F0 for Easton, so he'll be staying in F1.
But I'm sure he'll be hoping to back himself up with a second title. You never know. However, there'll be new faces or fresh challenges. It's a restart. Everybody starts on 0.
Gruntiggles. What? Don't call us Gruntiggles. It's
Gruntiggles, can we have standings, please?
We've already done the standings. If you
we've done them
here,
once, but we'll do them again.
We'll do them
again. Sure thing. Just because, you know, we're obviously not good enough. We'll try again. So, to run you through the standings, I'll not waste your time with the constructors, unless there's any battles we can pick out. Let me have a quick... In fact, I've not even been sent the constructors, so I won't waste your time with the constructors standings, because ultimately, Alfa Romeo, last Thursday at Brazil, they went on and won the Constructors' Championship here in F4. But to run you through the standings, currently, here's how it sits. Duffalump is leading the race. No, he's not. He's leading the way on 238 points. RS Prost is currently sat in second on countback on 230 points. Eagle is level on points with Prost in third on 230 points. Prost with 3 wins, Eagle with 1, and Duffer with 6. Fourth place is the Williams of Monster Skyline. Fifth is Toxic CW, who might be able to pass Skyline tonight. Is Skyline here? He's not. There's a chance there for CW to pick himself up into the top 4 of the standings. P6 is Primus Gaming, the second racing point. And it's quite tight here, to be fair. RSF1 Button of the McLaren is on 112 points. Graded Vinny is also on 112, but unfortunately he isn't here tonight. So Button gets a chance to move himself a little bit further away from Vinny, calling the final standings. Cooper Benz, who is currently in provisional pole position, he is in P9, I think that is, in the Williams. We've then got as well. Nice, I like it. I like that. We like to see it. It's the last race of the season. I don't mind it, especially Q1 when they're all going through.
Yeah.
It's a nice little show for the stream. This I'm enjoying watching it actually. But yeah, following Cooper Benz is Fish Sticks in the Red Bull, Old Manzi in the Renault, Toxic MW in the Ferrari, Kazi Babes next in the Haas, Fordy in the Merc, Charismic in the Haas, Alco Saints in the McLaren, Barry 23 in the Ferrari, who I'm surprised is so far down there because he's always shown good pace. I think when we've been doing this, when I've seen this division. RSF1 Raikkonen in the Alpha Tauri, UK Demons, and then last but not least, who couldn't join us tonight, is Bradley Johnson. So there your standings, constructors-wise. Like I say, he was won last week. Like, oh, you have? Well, there you go. Grunty will run you through the constructors.
I do. I have the constructors right here. I am somewhat prepared. So the sort of final, not final constructors, but the constructors from last week. We got Alfa Romeo on the top step with 460 points. They won it last week, so congrats to them. Obviously we had them in the pie last week, so congratulations. In second place we had Racing Point with 410 points. In third is Mercedes with 251 points, some sort of 210 points, 209 points behind. Williams in a strong fourth place with 238. In fifth you've got Renault with 192 points. And then there's sort of a bit of a battle going on there because you've got McLaren in sixth with 189 points. There's only sort of 3 points separating, fifth and sixth. So that's quite cool to see. In seventh, we've got Ferrari with 131 points. Eighth, you've got Haas with 123 points. Again, another little battle going on there between them two. Only 8 points separating them. And in ninth, you've got Red Bull with 96 points. And in 10th, you have Alpha Tauri with 42 points.
Thank you very much, Grunt.
Yeah, no problem at all.
See, there you go, Brundle. If you wish to ask again, we'll do it again. But they are the standings; they won't change between now and the end of this race. And there's Q1, just like that.
One person going out of the session, which is your boy Prowse.
Unless he does go through, I don't know if it works.
It says disqualified from session, so if he's disqualified, that's
it. But this is the session. He's still in the top 15. Who knows?
I think only really 2 people did proper laps in there. I think Coop Benz and Eagle. shown their strengths. The rest sort of, I think, just do what I would have done.
It is an interesting one for you tonight, Grunty. So, the championship battle between Duffer, Prost and Eagle is 1 Racing Point and 2 Alphas. Do you think the Alphas are going to play any sort of team game, or do you think it's every man for themselves?
I reckon it's every man for himself. However, if one of them is faster than the other, because I know Prost and Eagle, I know them quite well, they're not silly people. They know who's faster. Now, if, say for example, Prost is faster than Eagle and he was pulling away, Eagle would do all he can. Obviously, if they're in P1, P2, whoever's in P2 is going to do all they can to block off P3, which is Duffer. So Duffer, in a sense, could be at disadvantage on that one. However, Duffer's also got Primus, who could do the same thing.
Correct.
So,
see, this is where I think Duffer's advantage lies. He has a teammate who isn't in the championship fight, and will do anything he can to help him. Whereas Eagle and Prost could end up going head-to-head.
Yeah. I think everyone deserves it. I think everyone's worked hard to be where they are, and they all deserve to win. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the one coming out on top. So what is the strat for this, Mr. Diggles?
Now, good question. I think a lot of people... Well, I mean, I watched the F3 race the Monday night to see Dan crowned champion, and
Williams up the Willies.
The championship was sort of decided on strategy that race. Dan went for a 1-stop, which was soft to medium, and Toto went for a 2-stop, which was medium soft, if I'm not wrong. And they were the 2 championship rivals on the day, and it ended up that the 1-stop won the race, but it only won the race with Jay Slee, by the way, who absolutely romped it. It only won the race, I think, because of the safety car at the start. It gave them a chance to save the tyres a little bit. Or am I wrong? Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they pitted early. I am wrong. It was a 2-stop, wasn't it? They pitted behind the safety car onto mediums.
They did, yeah, right at the start of the race.
And then, right at the start of the race, they pitted onto mediums, and then they went onto softs later on. So they did about 3... It was technically a 2-stop, but they did about 3 laps, or 2 laps. Well, maybe not that. I think the safety car was lap 1. So they've all got in and basically done a 1-stop. So I think a 1-stop's possible, but I think in uninterrupted race, that's the word I'm looking for, the 2-stop would be quicker. But I'm unsure. I think both. It depends how much you think you can defend, I suppose. And it's a hard track to defend that because there's 2 real long DRS straights.
Yeah.
Right, oh wait, neither of us race, so we can't really talk about his own experience. But
yeah, I think it is a 2-stop. I think 1-stop is possible, medium to soft, but you have to really stretch up the mediums. I mean, you're seeing people pitting on the mediums on lap 10, 11, 12. Obviously, I mean, you'd need to stretch them out a lot further. That's when you pit for the soft. So you're looking, what is it, a 30-lap race? 28-lap race?
29, is it not? I might be wrong, but I think it's 20. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different race there. I'm not even too sure. I know that Slee was absolutely flying on that strategy the other day. Absolutely flying. Like, he just drove away from everyone. And literally, lap 1, he pitted to mediums. And I think they went to about lap 20 on... I think it's a 28 lap race, sorry.
Yeah.
And I think he went to like lap 20, and then they just blitzed the soft stint in. And Toto did end up finishing in front of Dan on the 2-stop. But penalties put Dan back in front. Either way, both strategies were close, but Slee on the 1-stop absolutely ran away with it. As 40 sets the first time of Q2.
Yeah, 35.8, so a pretty good time to get started. I think it's a Renault next, isn't it? Yeah, Toxic CW coming through next.
What are you having for your tea tonight, Grunty? I can hear the old plate in the background. What we? What are you munching on tonight?
Well, I've got the good old-fashioned spag bowl, which is
Spag
my
bowl, mate.
absolute favourite from the missus. She cooks my favourite. So I got lucky tonight.
Yeah. I like carbonara personally.
Oh yeah, good carbonara. Pasta, I love pasta. I don't like pasta, but I like spaghetti. It's a bit weird like that.
Yep, I get you.
But
Old Man's across the line, P5. Everyone in the 35s so far. Top 6 CW, that is a very good lap. Low 35, 4 tenths clear of anyone currently. And Fish Sticks are 36.6 on the medium tyre. Who else we got? We've got Pross, one of the championship rivals, currently just set the fastest first sector according to my timing screens.
Will you ask me if I'm having it with cheese? Of course I'm having it with cheese. If you don't have it with cheese, you're basically...
You might as well not have it, mate.
You might as well not have it, yeah. Unless you're lactose, then
agreed.
I can live with it, but otherwise...
My sister hates cheese, believe it or not. Weird one for you, but she hates cheese. Unless it's melted on pizza. Strange.
Pretty strange.
Very strange.
Yeah.
You know what annoys me about spectating on this game? You know when you put the lap data on, it turns itself off every session. The map doesn't turn itself off, but the lap data does. It's really annoying.
Yeah, it changes every time. It's very frustrating.
Is Prost going to lay down the gauntlet? It looks like he is. He's apparently set the two fastest first two sectors.
Yeah, it's flying, doesn't it? What would be going through your head at this point? You know, you're 8 points behind in the championship. You could win it today. You just need to win the race or hope something happens to stuff. What's going through your head right now?
I mean, ultimately, in these sessions, I think you're better off starting on the medium, so you wanted to do a real good lap, which we're probably about to see from Prost. It's actually a 35.4, so I reckon the screens lied to us, which would be no surprise. But you want to be right up and about it. You don't want to be in the midfield for a race start. We all know what can happen if that is the case. If you're caught in the midfield at a race start, we all know that you could quite easily end up with no front wing, and all of a sudden your championship fight is done and dusted by lap 1 of the last race.
Easily.
And nobody wants that. Is it going to be Eagle? What can he... Oh, Eagle. Hello. Oh, that is on the softs, though. That is
He's on the softs. But it's only 3 tenths
CW looking fire. What is going off here?
Yeah.
Button goes P3, beating Prost on the mediums.
Yeah, Duffer's actually going for softs as well. He's not taking any chances today. He's, you know, he's going to sit there and be like, right, that's it. I'm going on the softs. And actually, one thing we haven't noticed is you weren't right about your boy Krause. Couldn't qualify in the last section, but he's through. So he's there.
Genius, he did it on purpose, he was genius.
Yeah.
Saved his tyres, and here he is.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Grundle says he does his spag ball for 6 hours in a slow cooker.
Oh, mate, I could. That's too long. Sorry.
I like slow cooked food.
I do. Yeah, I agree.
When we do curries, slow cooked. So, well, we like a lamb curry, so your lamb's real tender. It's a cool thing. Slow cookers are a genius thing. If you work through the day, you can put it on in the morning, and when you get home at night, it's cooked. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, but
Cooper Benz, hello, on the medium tyre. On the medium tyre.
Wow.
Welcome to the party, Cooper Benz in the Williams, who is a man who, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is so fast, yet constantly never finishes a race.
That's his problem, yeah. Big problem with Coop, but doing really well. I'm just actually on board with Duffer there, and he just made that slight mistake.
We saw the having to correct the steering there.
Yeah.
It's a difficult little section. Sector 3 of this track is actually quite a technical sector. But it starts off with the triple chicane, I suppose you could call it. It's the left, right, left. And if you don't get the line right, it's a real technical sector. And then it's got the triple right-hander. A lot similar to Bahrain's turn 8, 9 and 10, the triple downhill left-hander. At Abu Dhabi you have the triple downhill right-hander, which is also a very difficult turn to get right.
Yeah, especially braking.
And then, again, it's the last couple of corners are also difficult traction zones. If you're a little bit too harsh on the power, you will know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Duffer there doing 35.3. I don't think he'd be too happy with that. I think he's either going to go again on the same tyres, or he's going to pop into the pits and then have another go on different tyres, which I would suggest. You know, yeah,
it definitely looked like he made a couple of small errors, but small errors can cost tenths in these games. So
yeah, it just goes to show Coupe Ben's obviously got the perfect lap in there. And
Coupe Ben's, that is a flying lap. That is, to be fair. 2.5 tenths clear of anyone he's 6 tenths clear of any other medium runner.
Yeah, I think he'll be quite happy with that time. I think I know where he'll be going next season. Definitely won't be down.
The thing is, though, you say that, but if you revert back to the standings, wherever they are, there you go, I can find them for you. We say what we say, but over a 20, whatever, he's over 100 points off the top, and it's all down to consistency. That it's all just purely down to making mistakes, or maybe you get unlucky. Yeah, there has been a lot of people get quite unlucky this season, I suppose, but he is fire pace, but he just makes silly mistakes all the time.
Yeah, I don't think he was here at the start though, so I think there was a bit of a point where he was.
That could be true. He did join about. Well, according to Brundle, in fact, he's going to tell me he joined a third of the way in. So I suppose you can account for a loss of points there also.
Yeah,
and he is very quick. He shows it week in, week out in qualifying. Over one lap, he is a very, very quick driver.
Yeah, I think he's very quick in quality. I think he's in a sense a Saturday man.
George Russell.
He's a good old Russell. He is in the Williams, to be fair. So I think he's a good old Russell boy. It's really well in quality, and then
good lap from Barrett, 34.8 on the medium tyre.
Look at that.
By the way, this is what qualifying should have looked like. It's actually dark, or dark-ish.
Yeah, that's how it. Yeah, it should be a lot darker than what it is. Oh, what it was, anyway, so. So I was more mistake, it almost felt about 10, 50 minutes. So.
Well, Cooper's obviously happy with his lap.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah, probably.
I'd be buzzing. I mean, even Barry's on a great lap there on a 34.8. Really coming up with Barry, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%, like we were saying before. He's shown some great pace recently. I think it was Japan I did alongside Brundle, and he had a phenomenal race, and literally at the very end he got spun round a spoon curve, and it was so unfortunate. He had a great race. I mean, I was gutted for him, to be honest. But like you say, he is coming up through the ranks quick time, to be fair.
Yeah, I think if he carries on, next season he could be up there with the top dogs. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the new divisions. A little bit of a shake-up. Hopefully welcome some faces up into F1 and, see how the boys get on. It's nice to move up. I always think, in my opinion, you only get better by racing, faster, better drivers. That's how you become a better driver, in my opinion. Not, dominating divisions or whatever. Winning by 30 seconds every week. That's not my personal preference.
I completely agree. I mean, last season I was in F4, so I was in this division, technically in F4. And I did really like it. I started really badly and then sort of worked my way up and just started getting faster racing against, different people. So, next season, some of these people might not even be in F3. Some might be in F2, You never know at the end of the day what's going to happen next season, only a few selected people know. It's going to be looking forward to
absolutely,
it, really.
yeah. And the pace of driver is still top quality here in F4. Like you say, Cooper Ben's a 34.5. You don't be surprised by seeing these times. There is still a top quality of driver even down in F4. The quality of divisions is top drawer at the minute.
Yeah, definitely really good. Yeah.
Toto Wolf, give me F2. Ah, Toto, you have to win titles for that, my friend.
Oh no. Oh dear.
I'm sure he knows I'm only joking. It was a great fight, that. That was a great title fight between them two. That was a phenomenal title fight.
Well, tell you what, I look forward to seeing you next year, so that's for sure. You qualify easily.
I tell you what,
F2.
I have to tip my hat to. I mean, I said it in the Discord, but Camo did a job and a half for Dan on. I don't know if you saw it, but he was defending like he was defending the Queen's crown. It was insane.
Yeah, it was actually. I remember seeing it. It was a crazy defence, but he did really well for his teammate, which is what you need to do.
Yeah, sometimes you got to play the team game.
Yeah, just watching actually now, as obviously we're finishing up Q2, your boy Prowls and Demons and Fraudy are all three of them. They're done. They're finished.
Yeah, Prowls is done and dusted.
Yeah.
Demons also done and dusted.
Yeah, so you've got obviously
Toxic could get through. Frost is currently in the danger spot, but he's going to come round to settle that.
Yeah, he's going fast.
Duffer's the next man to the line in P8.
Fastest.
Yes, Toxic. Duffer up to P5.
Yeah, that's what he...
Primus up to P8.
Yeah,
Frost needs a lap. He's 2 tenths up, but he's gone wide. But it hasn't invalidated him.
What?
And he's put him up to P4. Oh, dear me.
He is the luckiest person. How has he got away with that?
That was close. Well, I mean, it wasn't close. He was well over the line.
Yeah.
But
it was very far over the line, but
I'm going to have to teach myself that one.
Yeah.
All the way out there.
Yeah.
A great drive.
The key is, especially with this game, is if you're going wide, stay wide, come back in a bit later. I would learn that with Bahrain. In the third sector, when you come out of the S section, you sort of take the right turn, and then you're sort of, a lot of time you find yourself wide. I just found myself staying wide constantly, and then coming back in. And then when I came back in, didn't even get a warning, nothing, didn't bother me. So that's one thing with this game.
Top 10 in Q2. Unfortunately, not moving on is RSF1 Button, your boy Prowl, 4D and Demons. And now it's the time for the shootout for the pole. Two medium runners got through. Barry and Cooper Benz. Cooper Benz, that is a cracking lap, by the way.
Yeah, it's great, that. You know, he's comparing himself with soft runners in Q2, so that's really good. And Barry as well, obviously getting from the mediums. Quite tough to get from the mediums, but they've done very well, Nick.
Yeah, 2 good laps there to get through on the medium tyre, that is for sure.
Right, time for the predictions, I think. What are we thinking?
Yeah, go on.
Come on, chat.
Go on, I'll go first this week.
Let us know.
I'll go first.
Go first.
Let us know in the chat. What do you think? Who are we having for poll? You've got a choice. It's Toxic MW, Primus, Toxic CW, Prost, Old Manzi, RSF1 Eagle, Barry, Duffer, Cooper Benz, all fish sticks. And since you've let me go first, I'm going to go with Cooper Benz, I think. What about you?
I completely agree. I think Cooper Benz for pole. I reckon Eagle in second, and then I reckon Duffer in third. We haven't seen much of Duffer.
Top 3, I'm going to go with Cooper, and then I'm going to say Toxic MW, and then Prost. That's going to be my top 3.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see. Obviously, I don't know if I'm hoping. Obviously, for Duffer, he's got something in the bag, sort of a little secret.
He's very much a race day man, Duffer.
Yeah,
I've seemed to see from when we've done these streams. He's a race day man. Same with Eagle though. Eagle always seems to be very consistent. Like I say, he's only won 1 race this year. Eagle. He's only picked up maximum points once, but yet there he is, 8 points off the championship lead, and that's a man who's won 6 races, by the way, in P1. So it just shows you his consistency. His level of consistency is top draw.
definitely.
First man to start a lap's going to be Cooper Benz, so let's see what that man has got in the locker.
Yeah, I'll let you go through on this lap with him. I think he's definitely one to watch out for in this race. As long as he doesn't make a mistake.
I hope so, because it would be nice to see him up near the top, where he definitely belongs to be with his pace, with his natural pace. He definitely belongs to be up there.
Yeah, I always see like in the Williams chat, he's always really disappointed when if anything happens. So fortunate, but
well, we'll take you through a Q3 flyer, round the final turn, and it's all about traction as you cross the line down towards the double left-hander at turns 1 and 2, braking at the 100-metre board-ish. A little bit later, it's touch perfect line actually. He gets him wound up through turn 2 and 3, flat out down the hill, down towards the tricky little left-hander here at 4 and 5. Very well negotiated. The hairpin, take it nice and wide, put it right back and get on the power as early as you can. Flying up all the way through the gears, 7th gear before we hit the DRS board, DRS wide open on the Williams. And this is just pure straight line speed, heavy braking, all the way down to a very difficult little chicane. Left, right, use the curve, use the outside curve. It's a little bit wide from Cooper. Is that going to invalidate him? It's not. It's going to let him off. DRS active on the Williams once again as he heads down towards the start of Sector 3. The triple chicane, left, right, left. Get all over these two last curves here. Oh, it's a bit too much all over that though, my friend, and that is going to be invalidated. So we'll jump on board with whoever the man behind is, which I think is Toxic. It is. Toxic will lead us through the last sector. This is the triple right-hander that's a little bit identical to Bahrain. I've not got him on an outlap. Don't know my.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the other Toxic. My bad. Sorry, carry on.
No. It's a valid point. They can get mixed up quite a little bit. 2 turns left. Double right-hander. Get all over the outside curve. And it's a drive to the line down the left-hand side of the track. And we start off with a 34.6 from Toxic CW.
Not a bad start in that, really.
No.
I think Duffer's the next person to cross the line.
Is it Duffer? I think it is. I think you're right. Championship leader then. What
Duffer
can he do on his first run?
As Jimmy used to call him.
34.9 from Duffer. Next man to the line looks like Fish Sticks.
Old Madsy, I think. Oh no, Old Madsy invalidated. 35.4.
I didn't catch the little yellow dot on my map there, but you're right. Fish Sticks 35.5. Looks like Barry could be the next man. He is. 34.949, just pipping Duffer to that front row spot, and Primus goes with a 35 flat. Toxic MW. Oh, they've done it again. They're very good at that, you know. Those two. The two Toxic lads are very, very good at that.
Yeah, very good.
Now, I'm not suggesting this to the stewards, but something I've seen in other divisions, other leagues, that I think works well is you can only tow your teammate. So you'd only be able to get a tow off the other Ferrari or the other Renault if you're in the Toxic division. It makes it a little bit more realistic because you're not going to see a Renault tow a Ferrari on a race weekend.
You say that, but look at Bahrain with Russell and Sainz. They towed each other.
Yeah, they did. I think that was just. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's a valid point to bring up for sure, and it's something that's worth talking about. My personal opinion is, obviously,
I don't mind. I mean, it is what it is. I just think it's a realism aspect, as Toxic MW does the 35 flat to join Primus Gaming on the 3rd row. We missed Prost's first lap, which was a 35.297 on the soft side, but it looks like he could be doing another one here, to be fair. I'm not 100% sure.
I think he's down
into there.
I don't think he's pushing that hard. He's about 8
I wouldn't know because the lap data continuously turns itself off.
Yeah, he just seems to be, he's 8 tenths down, so either he's going for it. I think he's backed off now, I think he's run out of fuel. So
Brundle has said, be almost impossible to monitor. You're right, in a sense, however, if it becomes a rule, it's reportable, isn't it? And the rule almost stops people from doing it because they know they can get reported for it, if that makes sense. I also missed Eagle going top with 34.553.
Oh yeah.
But we'll jump back on board with Cooper Benz, see if he can do anything for us. He's on his out lap, about to start his flying lap.
Yeah, I think the situation in that is, I think we're getting to a point where we don't want to be that 100% strict on sort of the league. We want to have people who have fun as well as race seriously. So it's definitely worth bringing up and speaking to. So what I'll do is obviously as a head steward, I'll move that forward. That's obviously a genuine request or sort of thought. So I'll move that forward to obviously our meeting that we have as stewards, and then we'll take it from there and see what happens.
Cooper Ben's done a first. I think he's done the fastest first sector. I mean, according to my screen, he did the fastest first sector, but I don't trust him. I can't stand to trust the.
I think the first sector's fine. I think the second and third sector, or the second sector. I'm just trying to have a look now for you to see. Did get.
What did he do on the mediums? A 34.6 or a 34.8? I can't remember. Might have even been faster.
34.5, I think he did.
And that's currently the fall time.
Yeah.
This could be rather fast.
I think he did get first double sector ball. Yeah, he did just.
Well, he's coming through the final two corners now. The Williams, oh, that's wide. He got caught out breaking on the curb. I still think he's going to take control. He is with a 33.9. He's just 6 tenths faster than that could have been faster as well.
Only just. No.
Only just. Just about beat them. Flying machine right now, Cooper Benz. Jake Moore with the I don't like the slipstream, find it too distracting and catch you out in the braking zone. That is true, but you probably gain more down the straight than you lose in the braking zone, to be honest. Depending on the track, obviously. I mean, you ain't getting much at Monaco if you try and tow your teammate around there, other than just a whole load of rubbish. But places like here with the two really long straights, and France, for example, that's got the ridiculously long back straight, and Bahrain with the obviously it's got the home straight. You can gain quite a lot through slipstream.
Yeah, I think it's less this game than it was last game. I feel like last game there was a lot more in it, but I think this game you can still gain maybe a 10th via slipstream, and at this point a 10th could get you that second place pole.
Yep, couldn't make any difference.
Especially on Bahrain where it's so tight.
Eagle, the man from the man showing the pace for the championship contenders at the minute in P2.
Yep, he's obviously looking very strong.
Cooper Benz, could actually play a really, really big part in this championship battle, because if he wins the race, there's then not a heck of a lot of points up for grabs after that, really.
No, not at all. I mean, if Eagle gets second, and what's that, 8
That's
points?
18, is it?
18, yeah, so
he'd have a 10-point
would need
lead,
10.
technically. Yeah.
So technically he'd need 9 points.
Duffer would then only need like top 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit wide from Barry, but he's got away with it. Oh, he's rolled off though.
Yeah.
That's that last one.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
The old man, he's not done a time yet. The man in the Renault. Showed good pace last week, actually, old Manzi at Brazil. I thought he did quite well in qualifying. Dropped off a little bit in the race, but ended up. Where did he end up last week? I can't remember.
Who's that?
Manzi. Did he even finish?
I think he did finish. I can't remember exactly where he did finish. He did well though. Cooper Benz actually retired.
Cooper Benz has just decided that'll do.
Yeah, that'll do. He's happy now. He's going to chill.
In fact, this has happened to me twice now at Abu Dhabi. The other week we had the season finale in another league, and one of the lads there came in, and there's some fast drivers there, don't get me wrong. He went and set a 32.5 and just said, "Oh, that'll do." Just retired. And believe it or not, that did do by about 2 tenths over everyone else. He was absolutely flying machine.
Wow.
But it counts for nothing if you crash out in the race like he did. Counts for nothing. Old Manzi, 35.5, and that is going to be his effort. It's going to be P10 for Manzi, unfortunately, in Q3.
I think he might be going again, though.
Unless he can go again.
Well,
he can go again.
He's going again,
got tons of ERS left.
Fish Stick's actually looking quite nice. He's 2/10 quicker on his time.
2 and a bit temps up. Yep. Sector 3 can gain or lose you so much time as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he could be 2/10 up, but gain another 3/10 with Sector 3. So
yeah, exactly. He can gain it or lose it all. It's looked good. What's he going to do? Yep, 4, 5, 10.
Nice. Barry's up next.
Puts in P3.
5 seconds left of the time, so nobody else will be able to start their lap. So that's
it. The checkered flag is out. This is all you're going to see now, folks. The laps as they finish. Is it Barry? 34.44.
Barry, wow.
Eagle's gone to the pits.
He's done. Who's that? Primus.
Primus is the next man, I believe.
About 2/10 quicker at the moment. Going on his final
corner.
Can he
get himself in
34.7.
34.7.
Who's
man up is Prost, I think.
Yeah, he's done.
Looks like he's done on that 34.4.
Yeah, Toxic has validated. It will be Old Manzi.
Old Manzi, if he is pushing, which he sort of looks like he is.
Yeah. Obviously, after Old Manzi will be Duffer, and then that's it.
Duffer and then Toxic, I think.
Yeah.
Duffer next to the line. 34.4. He goes P2.
That's just
Toxic into the pits. And that's it, ladies and gents. That's all she wrote, unless Fish Sticks is pushing.
No, he's not.
Might be.
Fuel. I think he's done. He's about 2/10 down, and then he stopped.
Is he?
So that is actually a really interesting top 5.
Yeah, very Fish Sticks up there, by the way. That's not something you see every day of the week right now.
And Barry, obviously Barry in P4, that's a great result for him. Fish Sticks, obviously
Cooper Benz knew it was over, and Fish Sticks crosses behind P5.
Yeah, and obviously Eagle, crucially, in 6th.
Yeah, P6.
But bear in mind, obviously Cooper Benz and Barry both start on the mediums. And they're in the top 4.
Yeah, that's true. And they are in the top 4, one in P1 and one in P4. But there is your Q3 results. Cooper Benz takes pole by some margin. 4 tenths down the road is Duffer in P2, our current championship leader. Championship rival sits behind him on the grid. Prost, watch for those two off the line. It could get a bit elbows out. P4, it's Barry, 23 in the Ferrari. Fish Sticks is P5. Great lap from Fish Sticks. Yeah. Eagle, the third of our championship contenders, sits P6 in the Alfa Romeo. P7 is Toxic CW. P8 is Primus, who's going to have a job on to do something for his teammate. P9 was Toxic MW in the Ferrari. And last but not least, rounding out the top 10, Old Manzi 31 in the second of the Renaults. Nice session. Great lap from Cooper Benz and a great lap from Duffer to edge out Prost on the front row.
Yeah, I think we're really looking for an interesting race. I mean, you know, Duffer all to lose, Eagle all to gain. Prost is sort of there as well, sort of sniffing at the back of Duffer, waiting to pounce, really. So I'm actually looking forward to this.
It's going to be close. They were basically within a tenth of each other, I'm pretty sure, Prost and Duffer. So you never know what could go off. It's going to be a long, long race. It's going to be. I hope it's going to be a good, clean, fast, fair race. And we can see a title. Well, we're going to see a title won by one of those three boys. We're going to see a title won. Could be head in hands. Could be car in barrier. I hope not for all of them. It's going to be. Are you nervous at this point, Grunty? What do you think? Are the nerves starting to run up? Now you know this is it. You've literally got 28 laps to lose or gain it all.
I think I would be. I'd be slightly nervous. You know, I think I'd be less nervous if I was Duffer. Because you've got that 8 points sort of leeway. So you don't have to finish first. You can finish second or you can finish fourth. You know, so you've got that bit of leeway to live with. However, for Prost and Eagle, I'd be a bit nervous. You know, you need to do well. You need to beat Duffer to get that. Obviously, they've already got the constructors, but you really want 2 titles in Alpha's name, don't you? Especially Toto does.
The drivers is the one everyone, nobody, realistically, and this is no downgrade to any constructors winners this season. When everyone goes into a season, they're aiming for the drivers. Yeah. Nobody's thinking, I want to win the constructors. Everybody wants that driver's title in the name. It's all your achievement in that sense, and it's a big one, you know. Any driver's title at any level on this game, it's a good achievement to have. And I think you're right. I think Cooper Benz could do a solid for Duffer tonight. Yeah, I think he could do him a solid. If he keeps up that pace, and he looked consistent in qualifying. This is the first time I've seen him in qualifying look consistently fast. Penalties could play a big part as well. We know Duffer is usually very clean on his penalty front. I don't see him pick up many penalties. Prost struggled last week, picking up quite a few penalties at Brazil. Some silly 5-second ones, I think, under the safety car. But penalties could play a big part. And it's not an easy track for track limits, this one either.
No, and not only that, you need to also consider other people as well, the drivers. You know, last week we saw a couple of incidents happen, which, you know, in a sense were driver's fault. You've got to keep an eye on that to not make contact with any other parties. Just, you know, you've got to try and keep yourself clean, think about the championship and move forward. You know,
absolutely.
If a crash does happen, we know how many safety cars have come out in these races the last week. So there's quite a lot of things that could happen.
Yep, absolutely. Things can change rapidly in these races. Safety cars, crashes, damage, anything. Anything can change this. Toto Wolff, Coop, going to play a big part tonight. I do agree. I think he really is going to play a massive part in this title fight. And I've got a feeling there could be a couple of other drivers, Barry, for example, and the 2 Toxic boys that could get in amongst it and ruffle a few feathers. And, you know, if 2 of those take the top 2 spots, it's going to be a difficult ask for Prost and Eagle to cover an 8-point gap.
Yeah.
But we're on the grid.
We're on the grid.
We are on the grid.
Yeah, I'll run us through the starting grid.
Please do, man.
So
we're going from back to front or front to back?
We'll go back to
front.
We'll go back to front. So at the back we've got your boy Prowse, disqualified in Q1, still unable to get out of that 14th place in Q2, so he's starting 14th in the old McLaren car. In 13th we've got the Red Bull of UK Demons. In 12th, we've got Fordy 2104, usually quite quick. He's sort of down in the ranks today in 12th place, and the Mercedes looking to obviously push his way forward this race. In the other McLaren, we've got RSF1 Button. He's in 11th place, looking to obviously again push his way forward. He's normally quite a race guy's Button, so hopefully he can push his way up there. In 10th place, we've got Old Manzy 31 in the old Renault car. And in 9th, we've got Toxic MW in the Ferrari, obviously in that championship battle, hoping to sort of get over his rivals to get high up in that championship. In 8th, we've got Primus Gaming, might play a really strong part in this game. Obviously, you can see Eagle right in front of him. If he holds him up, he can really help out. In 7th place, we've got Toxic CW, the other Toxic in the Renault car today. Don't get it mixed up like I've done recently. Quite a lot. In 6th, one of the championship rivals, RSF1 Eagle, in the Alfa Romeo. He needs to start moving his way, obviously, forward to try and make that championship work. In 5th, we've got Fish Sticks, actually having an amazing qualifying in 5th place in the Red Bull car, doing really well there. And in 4th, another really good qualifier from Barry 23 in Ferrari. He's obviously, I bet he's chuffed with that. I know I would be in 4th place. In 3rd, the second rival, which is RS Prost in the other Alfa Romeo. And in 2nd, the championship leader right now, Doffelup 26. Now, in 1st place, the Saturday man, George Russell himself, Big Benz in the Williams.
Thank you very much, Grunt. And this is it, ladies and gents. What we've all been waiting for. It's RSF1 Season 3, Division 4, and this is the title decider. Everything to lose for Duffelup 26, everything to gain for Prost and Eagle. 3 men, 1 title, 8 points. 5 lights. And away we go. Cooper Benz gets off the line nicely on the mediums. Duffer makes a good start. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? He's not. He's going to keep it nice and clean. Comes a little bit wide. Barry's past Prost. Barry is past Prost and Eagles up into P5. Cooper Benz has made a flyer of a start.
Wow, what
Duffer,
a great
P2,
start.
Barry P3, Prost P4, Eagle up into P5, Toxic P6. Fish Sticks trying to hold on around the outside. Toxic's got the inside line, should make it an easy move. Primus and Toxic MW going at it. The Ferrari and the Racing Point. 40 in P10, Manzi 11, 12 is Button, 13th is Prowl, 14th is Demons. But wow, Cooper Benz, what a start. What a start. And a great launch for Barry as well to knock Prost down. Duffer won't mind seeing that car between them boys.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Definitely. I think Barry had a great start. Obviously, took advantage of Prost losing the rear, I think, in turn 1. Eagle crucially as well, make it up to 5th place. Prost actually going for the move down the inside of the first straight on Barry.
He knows he's got to make it happen.
He actually gets it done.
He knows he's got to make it happen.
Eagle actually trying to get the move done there, actually on Barry, but loses the rear end. On that
Barry on the mediums, that's his issue right now. The tyres, obviously. Cooper Benz out front on the medium side. He's flying. Cooper Benz is here to make a point tonight, by the way. He is absolutely flying. And Barry on the mediums, obviously struggling to all the soft runners early on, waiting for those mediums to come into their own.
Definitely. Fish Sticks are having a great start as well, down to 9th place from 5th. Nice. So unfortunate for him, but he looks like obviously he's doing well. Cooper Benz, what's happened to Cooper Benz? No, oh sorry.
I'm not seeing an issue, mate.
It's the glitch. It's the glitch on my side.
Toxic really MW hits the pits, who's unfortunately picked up a little bit of wing damage in that first lap. He's dropped down to last place. As the timing screens will sort themselves out. I do apologise for this. It's just a glitch that's, well, forever existed. But the current order is Cooper Benz, Duffer, Prost, Barry, then Eagle, then Toxic CW, Primus, who's going to want to get himself up and amongst it to help his teammate out. 40, Fish Sticks, Old Manzi, Button, Prowl, Demons, and Toxic, who we mentioned, has hit the pits. Eagle makes the move.
Yeah, got past nice and cleanly on the on the straight.
Barry is struggling on those mediums right now.
He is. Another good gainer that for this as well is actually 40 up in 4th place into 8th, so he's done well to get himself up there.
Toxic's got a 3-second time penalty already on his way out of the pit lane.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But
Cooper Benz is flying.
Also, Prost is not far off Duffer. I know
no, this lap's going to be key because I know this says we're on lap 3, by the way, but it's lying. We're not. I don't think we are, unless I've missed a lap somewhere in my head.
We're on lap 2.
We're on lap 2. Mine says lap 3, weirdly, but DRS won't be enabled till the next lap when they cross the line just now. And Prost currently is within DRS range, which is crucial because Duffer has got no DRS assistance right now, as Cooper Benz is just taking off.
Yeah, fastest lap. Well, Duffer actually takes fastest
hello,
lap.
Duffer. Wait, the gaps have just changed. Prost is outside DRS range on my screen now.
He's just outside, however, Eagle's inside that DRS range, crucially. These two...
So this will show us, is it going to be an every man for itself fight, or a Prost and Eagle going to try and slipstream and DRS train each other up to the back of the championship leader?
Yeah, they're asking in the chat, Diggles, if you could just put the ERS on and whatnot. The telemetry detail.
I'll put it on for you if you want.
It's just obviously so the engineers can see what ERS the other people are on. Prost and Duff are looking quite similar on ERS. Eagle was slightly less, but then I mean Eagle's not far away. These two are fighting for the championship. This is going to just be a three-way battle, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just going to become a three-way battle between the three of them. Cooper Benz could do Duffer a real favour and disappear off into the distance and win the race. Your boy Prowl trying to sneak his way past Fish Sticks. Fish Sticks, unfortunately, from that P5 position, has dropped all the way down to P12 currently. And Demons also had to hit the pits, although Fish Sticks is trying to hold it. He's not going to hold that. Your boy Prowl gets past.
Good job, Prowl there. That was quite a good move.
Prost is just hovering on the edge of that DRS range. He really wants to try and be inside it, because if not, he'll... Oh, Cooper Benz out! That is... I can't say any more. I can't say any
He's
more,
done it
mate.
again.
He's done it again.
Oh.
Safety car. Wait, has Prost been able to get in? He has, and Duffer hasn't.
That is crucial. And Eagle, they're double stacking there.
Barry's continued on the mediums. Go to the mediums. This is the time.
Thing
for
is, though, Duffer
go to the
now
mediums.
will be able to get into the pits because he has passed the safety car, so he does not have to wait. Yes, he needs to stick to the Delta, but he could
He's got to
possibly
stick to his
pit.
Delta, though. He could. He probably will. Well, I mean, I would advise pitting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I would advise going to the mediums, just like we saw Jay Sleet and the likes do in F3 on Monday that we spoke about earlier. If I had started on the softs, I would advise going to the mediums now.
All I'm saying, by the way, safety car restart, Primus is between both
Primus
the
has
Alphas.
jumped Eagle.
He's
Yep,
jumped
the double
Eagle.
stack at Alpha has killed RSF1 Eagle.
Yeah, so Primus could do an absolute bonus for Duffer here. Duffer, however, needs to get a move on, get into the pits. He's looking around, obviously, to Prost, which I think the gap to him is like 18 seconds.
Gap is, 18 seconds, and he's having to hold to that. He's having to hold that Delta.
Yeah, and he needs to. So, obviously, top 5 have not pit yet. Now, Prost, crucially, if your boy Prowse and Button obviously don't pit, which I don't think they will,
I can't see it.
You know, if Duffer is behind him, Prost will need to get past these guys, and they're not exactly going to let him pass, is it? Are they?
No, it's a fight for position. They're on a one-stop strategy, I think. Well, they could be. Now the safety cars come out, they can make that a one-stop strategy.
Yeah, because technically now...
Keep an eye on Duffer. The gap 19.5 seconds. He's coming through sector 3.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Prost now. He's in the 3rd sector at the moment.
Well,
Duffer
Duffer's going in. Duffer's
to get a move on.
Oh,
Oh
Duffer.
my god. Don't crash into the barrier. Duffer.
Okay, we'll jump on board with Prost.
Yeah.
He's going to pass him. He definitely
I
gonna
tell you
pass
what though, Primus is doing another solid. Obviously being a bit further
him. Oh,
behind.
Primus is holding Eagle.
He's been absolutely solid there. Is Duffer going to get out in front?
No. Oh, wait. He's
He
just got to
might
get the foot down here. He's just got to get the foot down. It's a race to the safety car line 2.
No, he's beating him.
Safety car line 2. He has beaten him. Prost has jumped him.
Obviously, once you pass that line, the start straight, it says catch up to safety car, doesn't it? So you don't have a delta anymore. So after that start-finish line, he could have been, he could absolutely bombed
Racing
it.
to safety line 2.
Yeah.
Safety car line 2. This is your new order then. Barry leads the way. 40
Big up Barry.
Button third. Prowl fourth. They are the boys yet to pit. And now the championship rivals. Prost in P5 made the one stop to the mediums. Duffer being jumped by Prost is now in P6 on the medium tyre. Primus P7, who could play a major part in this championship fight in Eagle's perspective. Eagle P8 behind Primus. Toxic CW is P9. Fish Sticks P10. Toxic MW P11. UK Demons P12 and P13 is Old Man's here. And unfortunately, our one DNF so far is Cooper Benz, who I just can't say anymore. I mean, we've discussed it in qualifying, we've discussed it last week. The man is so fast, but he can't finish a race.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. I think he's got the pace to win this race. He's also got the pace, you know, to be really competitive next season in whatever series, whether that's F2, F3, or even F4. But obviously, it's not the way he wanted to go out for the last race of the season. But it's unfortunate that all you got to do now is look forward to obviously a couple of weeks' time when we're at Australia for season.
Albert Park, Australia. So this has really played into Prost's hands. He needs to get past these boys and gap Duffer. He also needs his teammate to beat Duffer, really.
In a sense,
P1 will not be enough.
Yeah,
If Duffer is P2, P1 is not enough, even with the fastest lap.
Yeah, Primus just needs to do all he can at the moment to hold back Eagle and sort of let that gap bridge between Duffer and Primus. That's what he needs at the moment is Duffer, and hopefully that's what Primus can do for him. The safety car restart. If Duffer can get past Prost and the safety car restart, that's what he needs to do. But what Prost needs to do, really, on the safety car restart is he has to get past these people who haven't pit. They're both McLaren drivers. He needs to put cars between them. Otherwise, he's going to be stuck. And, you know, he could possibly get overtaken then by Duff, and that won't help at all.
If you've just joined us, to reiterate, we're now on lap 6 under the safety car. It's the championship finale for F4 in season 3 of RSF1. Your 3 championship contenders: RS Prost in P5, P6 Duffer, and RSF1 Eagle in P8. Duffer currently leading the way on 238 points, and Prost and Eagle sat back in second and third on 230 points. 8 points the gap. It's a bit of a winner takes all. Duffer can afford a P2 if one of them finishes P1. However, if one of the Alpha Boys wins and Duffer is outside the top 2, they will be crowned champion.
Yeah,
safety car in this lap.
Comes in very early, doesn't it, the safety car?
It does make a very early shout here. You can do a lot of backing up. Oh,
yeah.
Someone's got damage. That's not Prost, is it? I've just seen... No, it's
Button.
Prowl. Oh,
Good
God. I saw some wing flying. Yeah, Prowl's got damage.
That's unfortunate. So Prost is crucial for Prost now to get past Prowl, unless he pits. Which I think he might. He might pit straight away.
I think he might, yeah.
Yeah, but Button actually there was given a 5-second time penalty for collision with him, which he will be serving in the pits, because you won't be able to go to the end.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet. So.
In the chat as well, Dangerous Dan himself is there, saying he can easily make a medium soft. Did it on Monday. Yeah, not wrong. I think that's what half.
Barry is not letting that safety car go in. He is chasing it.
Yeah. Whoa, no, he spun! Barry spun on the exit of that corner. That's Barry. So unfortunate for Barry. No.
Oh, Prost! Prost nearly ran into Prowl. Oh my goodness.
He's going to try and get the move done, but he's not. He's getting held back really hard. He's got past him on the outside, inside of that corner.
I don't know. I've got a funny feeling Prowl is going to give that up. Oh,
no, he's giving it up.
And now he's in the way of Duffer. Duffer needs to get past him.
Yeah, he needs to get past him as soon as possible. Toxic CW coming out of nowhere.
Eagles now behind. Both Toxic.
Wow. That is not helpful for Eagle. He needs it to be up there. Your boy Prowls, Duffer side by side with him. He's going to break later.
This.
He shouldn't need to.
He's going to try.
He's going to try, but Duffer's going to try and go around the outside of the corner. He's going to get it done.
Holy Lord.
Prowls to spam, but that means Toxic and Prime are still side by side on the corner. Prowls, however, is still there. But oh my God, there's Toxic MW going down the outside of Prowls. He loses the end.
Now still behind Prowl.
Wow! And then Prowl's lost another place to Eagle, and he's lost another place to Fishstick.
Prowl just needs to get into the pits. That man needs to get into the pit.
He does.
Duffer is now 4 seconds off the back of Prost. Prowl held him on so much. 2.5.
I think you're gap to leader.
I've still got gap to leader.
Yeah, he's 2.5 seconds behind. I mean, Toxic CW is there, but he's not obviously on full attacking mode. There's a sort of train here from Duffer all the way down to Eagle.
Well, Primus has done his job. Whatever Primus did, Eagle ended up dropping all the way to P8. And your boy Prowl has pulled into the pits and retired from the race.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate there.
After picking up that damage. I think he made contact with his teammate and then made contact with Barry when Barry spun around.
Yeah.
Will it be this lap that DRS is enabled? Because if it is, Duffer could be in trouble from Toxic CW. I'm not sure if it is this lap or next lap.
I think it's next lap.
Yep, it's next.
It is next lap.
Two laps after the safety car, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Prost, however, also all at the back of Button. He had a little look down the inside there. The end of the straight. But
yeah, Button can.
But Button's not.
Button can do Duffer a job really by. Button and 40 really can sort of hold Prost up. Duffer is catching.
He is.
And I can't really stay on board with Button much longer. He's got the bloody glitch. And that is annoying.
Oh, nice. But whilst in the sort of last sector, Duffer is catching hard, 1.9 seconds behind now.
Yep, 1.9.
So Prost is losing out really quickly. Toxic CW has
Eagle's the big loser here because Toxic MW is now 1.5 seconds off the back of Primus, and he's still got Eagle sat behind him. Oh, Duffer is rapidly catching. These boys are really holding Prost up.
Yeah. Obviously on worn 7-lap old tyres.
DRS, here we go then.
Enabled.
Can Duffer get in the gap by the time he gets to the detection point? If he does, he's done enough really to stay with him.
Yeah. All he needs to do really is follow Prost.
And he's going to need it to try and stay away from... Oh!
40s.
Well avoided, Duffer! Oh my goodness!
Duffer's lost his out of the race!
Duffer's out!
Oh my god!
Duffer's out! Prost is leading!
Oh my god!
Duffer has lost it after avoiding 40. And now he needs both Alphas to not score points.
Or score at least 7. Primus Gaming has left the game. I'll invite him back.
Please do.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that's just happened.
That is so unlucky. 40 has spanned. I'm not sure if he'd made contact with Prost or with...
I think Duffer went to avoid.
But Duffer went to avoid him. I saw that. And then he's obviously lost it on the rough stuff out there on the left-hand side. And it's all over for Duffer. The season is over, but the title is not yet done. He can still win this if neither of the Alpha boys manage to score 8 points or more. But now it's a head-to-head race between Eagle and Prost for the title.
Obviously, Eagle now, with Primus sort of being out of the game, has come back. He's back in 5th.
P5, and Eagle's right behind him now.
Yeah. And Button is not leaving Prost alone though. He's not letting him go.
Oh, sector 3, yellow flag. I think someone's pulled in. I think it's Barry. No, Barry's. Oh, Barry's had a bit of an off. I think it's the last corner again. Yeah. Unfortunately, Toxic CW and Button. Is he going to leave in the room? It's a little bit. Ooh, Toxic. Well caught. Toxic wants to get past him and get after Prost as quickly as he can.
I still can't believe that.
But unfortunately, the way the cookie crumbles, it was real unfortunate. 40 went round. Duffer did amazingly well just to avoid him, but there was no catching it once he was out on the paint and stuff.
Yeah, I think...
so, to win the title, it's 5th or above. 6th will not cut it. So if the 2 Alpha boys finish outside the top 5, Duffer is still your world champion.
Toxic CW having a really
Eagle?
nice
move. Eagle!
What's happened?
Eagle drops down to P8. He had a little bit of a moment.
Primus has waited for him.
I think so.
I think he might have had a legal overtake.
Possible. It looks a little bit wheel banging, and then Primus ended up. No, sorry. Eagle ended up going off to the right hand side. Toxic right on the back of Button now. Toxic MW, that is.
Yeah, Toxic CW catching up to the back of Prost. These 2 Toxic boys actually looking pretty quick.
Yeah, maybe they could be. They could. You never know. Play a part in a championship battle here. If a few lot more end up getting past Prost, it could be all over for him.
Yeah. And, evening, people in the chat. Patel, hello. What happened to Duffer? I think 40 spun turn 2, turn 3.
Yep.
And Duffer, I think, went to avoid, and as he went to avoid, lost the car, or hit the curb.
Well.
He crashed on that.
In the same place.
Yeah, same place.
And it's just virtual safety car, But yes, Vettel, unfortunately, 40 lost it at turn 3, beached in the middle of the track. Duffer went to avoid him to the left, and he lost it on the painted stuff. And well, that was a heck of an impact with a barrier for Duffer, and it's all over. But he can still win the championship. It's not decided yet. Prost or Eagle, to win the championship must finish inside the top 5. Prost currently leading the way in P1. 2 seconds in front of Toxic CW, who has been looking very fast actually since the start of this race.
Yeah,
but we've had 4 retirements, unfortunately.
Yeah, 4 retirements. I'll tell you what, something to look out for in this race, and that's Button. Because everyone else
he's doing a great
pitting.
job right now, but he's not pit, has he, yet?
He's not pit, but everyone else has, but he's going to make 1 stop. Where everyone else obviously has to make, in a sense, 2. They've already made 1, they've got to make another 1. Button's not far off of these, still there.
He can make that position. He can make that position. Last. If he can make that position last, he'll be in a great place from the second pit stop window.
Yeah.
He just needs to try and get back in DRS range, otherwise he'll get swallowed up by DRS down the long straights here.
Yeah.
Toxic. He's already.
Primus game actually.
I think.
Going up the inside of UK Demons around turn 1, so that was around turn 1 and turn 2, so that was a really good move from Primus there. So, congrats to him, up to 8th place now. That's good. Ross leading the way by 1.2 seconds. That's coming down.
Stick outside that DRS zone, or do his best to at least. I suppose Prost may now have it in his head, take it a little bit easier. He knows the only championship rival left in the race is currently P7, and I'm sure someone will have made him aware he only needs the top 5, and he's currently leading the race. He doesn't need to, doesn't really need to risk anything.
Nope. He can lose a few positions if need be.
Yep, if he can make it, he'll be focused on just making the tyres last now. Button is doing that job. He's still holding up Toxic MW. Fish Sticks, by the way, he's made it back up to P5, where he qualified after dropping all the way down to P12. Fish Sticks on for a good result in his final race of the season.
Yeah.
As Toxic MW. Oh, Button's into the pits, so I can't see a 1 stop coming here unless he goes to the hard tyre.
Yep, I think definitely would stop, wouldn't he?
I would imagine so. Unless he goes to the hard, but I don't think he will be. So that's quick gap.
One thing I
he's
want
gone
to say
to the soft,
actually
so it will be
as well, blast from the past, if I remember rightly, RS Prost in the first point of the season was in F3 and got moved down actually to F4. Just little facts out there. I've just checked because I just wanted to make sure what I was saying was correct, and it is. So
Guffer in the chat. It is what it is, lads. It is, my friend. It's part of racing. Championships aren't won or lost until the very, very last moment, and unfortunately, incidents like yours are sort of just unavoidable. Once you get out there, you're out there. There's no coming back. It's you did a phenomenal job to avoid 40, to be honest, and unfortunately, it ended the way it did. But it's not over for you yet, mate. There's still time. You never know what could happen. Another 15 long laps. We've already had 4 retirements. You never know what could happen. Toxic CW is now within DRS very nearly. I think he is pushing like heck though. He's using his DRS a lot more than Prost.
yeah, I think Button obviously going for softs.
He's definitely ruined that shout you made earlier.
Yeah, he is now doing a 2-stop. But Toxic MW actually pitted lap 1, did he not? Lap 2?
I'm unsure. Let's have a quick gander at the tyres, shall we? And they are, 11 laps old, so about lap 2.
Yeah, so
he pitted.
He only really needs to make 1 more stop in that sense.
More or less everyone now needs to make 1 more stop. Barry's gone to the hards, he won't be stopping again. He's going to try and make it to the end. But Button, Demons, Primus, Eagle, Almighty, Fish Sticks, Toxic, NW, Toxic, CW and Prost will all have to make 1 stop from now.
Yeah.
3 people with penalties currently is Toxic MW, RSF1 Eagle and UK Demons.
All on 3 seconds. So nothing too serious at the moment. Toxic CW is not letting Prost go though. He's not,
No, Prost is doing what he needs to do to just stick outside that DRS range, I think.
Yeah.
Unless he had it that way. I didn't quite see that straight. He may have had it, I'm not sure. But like I say, Prost is now probably just chilling. He's just thinking, get the car to the end. He knows he needs to just get the car to the end, and he's probably in with a good shout.
Yeah, I think that's why that was what would be going through my head at the moment. You know, the championship's in the sights. You know, just bring the car home. Eagle, in the meantime, is actually right at the back of Almanzi.
Yeah.
Hoping to...
trying to chase down Fish Sticks. Fish Sticks doing a great job so far in P4.
Yeah, started P5. Got a few places at the start, but then moved to P4, so doing quite well with Fish Sticks.
You might see a few DRS moves here though. Old Manzi within DRS range of Fish Sticks, and Eagle. Oh, Old Manzi's gone wide there. Eagle's going to be right up the back of him now.
Yeah, bottom of the fast lap of the race, 1:37.6.
Yep,
taking
fresh softs
taking that extra point away.
Button.
Yeah, so he's about 2 seconds faster than the rest of the pack.
Old Manzi fell outside of DRS, so here comes Eagle.
Is he going to overtake him this straight? Yes, he is. Thought he might have waited. Come for the move. Nicely done.
Old Manzi will look for the switch back onto the next straight. If he can get the traction. Oh, he sort of struggled to get on the power.
No, I think he's a bit too far back.
He's a little bit too far back now to make that count.
Yeah.
RSF1 Eagle up inside P5 now. Next man to chase down is Fish Sticks in the Red Bull.
Fish Sticks struggling a little bit in that part of the sector right there.
Looks like Prost is starting to check out as well. The gap increasing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fish Sticks looks like he's struggling a little bit right now. Eagle is right on the back of him already. Eagle knows he's got to make moves. If he can try and challenge Prost for this title, he has to make moves and make them soon.
Yeah, he wants to be able to get into clean air and get a move on. Try and get ahead of Fish Sticks. He's doing quite well at the moment. Right at the back of him. Hopefully we'll try and get
Probably
him.
going to make the same move he made on Old Manzi, I think. Straight down the straight. Get the better run out the hairpin and get on the DRS. Yep, DRS activated for Eagle. The rear wing open on the Alpha.
Yeah, look at that speed difference.
Chasing down Fish Sticks.
There we go.
Fish Sticks, is he going to try and hold it? He's not. He's going to look for the switchback as Eagle goes a little bit deep. Fish Sticks on the power, will have DRS, but has he got the DRS to get back after him?
I don't think he's going to bother.
He doesn't look like he's catching quick enough, to be honest. No, that'll be Eagle's position heading into sector 3. Eagle up to P4. 3 seconds to the next man. He's about 10 seconds off the lead at the minute. If he's going to have to do anything about that championship, he's going to have to do it soon and fast.
Yeah, very low on ERS though. The energy recovery system, that's the problem.
Yeah, he's juiced it all in the last 2 laps, getting past Old Manzi and Fish Sticks. So he's going to have to put in some naturally fast laps. Toxic MW's up on 50%. CW in the pits for his last stop. This is around and about when the boys from F3 were starting to pit to take those softs to the end.
Yeah.
They look like mediums, however that might just be the game glitching.
No, I think it is mediums.
Yes, they are mediums.
Soft, medium.
That moves Eagle up another spot.
Yeah, but he does need to sort of get a move on. Still as his Eagle.
Gives Prost a little bit of free air on his back now as well, just to drive. Get his head down and drive.
Yeah, it is unfortunate though. Obviously, people who qualified first and second both out of the race. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, real shame for Cooper and Duffer. Cooper was looking absolutely rapid as well. And Dufford, not the way he'd want to lose a title. If he's going to lose it, he would have wanted to lose it at least by having a fair shot. But unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get to the end of the race. Ooh, Old Man's struggling on the power out of there. Fish Sticks is closing back in on Eagle. Eagle's lack of ERS probably hindering him.
Yeah, he needed that extra ERS just to push away, but he hasn't got it. I think he's going to save up a little bit just to get him moving and get him out of that DRS. At the moment he's sort of pulling Fish Sticks and Almanzi along. Toxic actually coming out of the pits in P7 behind Primus. Toxic MW actually
bit of free air. Can he pull off a bit of an undercut?
Possibly. Interested to see Prost stays out. Toxic MW.
I think Frost,
he's staying out as well.
No. Frost, Old Man's is in.
Yep, he's getting himself out of the train.
Yep, get himself some free air as well to push on those fresh tyres.
Yeah.
I think Frost will be trying to go to the softs though at the end, I think. Fish Sticks has dropped back quite a bit through sector 1. Outside DRS, but Eagle's catching Toxic MW fast.
Yeah. I think from now on, I think obviously Toxic and Almanzi and UK Demons pitting for mediums. You could go soft from here. If you have fresh softs, you can go from here. So,
yeah, I can't disagree with that.
So that's obviously something that you can do if you pit now. Oh, Toxic MW actually losing the rear, coming onto the second DRS straight, which lets Eagle actually get his DRS straight.
Eagle really struggling on the ERS though.
Yeah, really struggling. He spent a few laps of it behind Toxic just to get back that ARS.
But Toxic's losing heaps of time to Prost, so...
Yeah, he lost a lot of time. He lost about a second there on that start for the second DRS straight, sorry.
Will Prost dive in? We'll find out. He's not. He's going to carry on for now.
Yeah. He's got happy.
Definitely give Toxic CW the chance to undercut him, but he knows he doesn't have to win the race.
MW is coming in, so is Eagle.
Eagle's going to try and go for an undercut, try and catch his teammate.
Yeah.
Now it is winner takes all between these two.
Yeah, Primus staying out as well. Primus could do something here really well. Yeah, Primus could stay out for a long time with their mediums.
Don't know how much longer they'll go. Say maybe 3 laps. That's about it.
I reckon they'll get to lap 20.
That's only the next lap, mate.
No, sorry, being on the tyres, 20 laps.
20 laps on the tyres.
Yeah, that's what
I was going to say. Say you said that they'll go a long way. I'm not sure lap 20 is that much further than what we are now on lap 19.
Oh dear.
Toxic CW is already back up into P3.
Also, Button.
And he's probably about to pass Primus.
Button has jumped Toxic MW.
He has, but he's going to have to stop again at some point.
Hey, he'll be on them tyres 13 laps. Toxic CW Primus letting him pass. At this rate, Prost will pit and come out behind Toxic.
Oh yeah, 100% Toxic will have got the undercut
and
now.
Primus
like
as well.
I'm not sure Prost is really that fussed. I think he knows all he's got to do is be in the top 5 and beat Eagle. Yeah,
Almanzi was going for a move on Toxic MW there, but it was well defended by MW. Really good job. But Eagle, again, he's actually behind Almanzi, so it's not what he wanted.
Yep, the undercut worked for Old Manzi. He's got himself in between Toxic and Eagle.
Yeah. Obviously, Almanzi being on the mediums. Eagle on the softs. Prost is in the pit, so is Primus. I honestly thought Primus was going to stay
out. Fresh softs.
Yep.
He's going to be well in front of his championship rival.
Button has taken second.
Prost comes out. P3. Well in front of his championship rival Eagle in P6.
Yeah.
This is his final stint towards the championship.
Yeah, you can see Button in strikes as well, in 1.7 seconds behind. Eagle needs to get these
push.
moves done. He needs to get them done now.
Yeah, he's got about an 8-second gap to his teammate, but he is going to have to do a hell of a stint. He's got 8 laps to catch about 8 seconds. It's going to have to be one heck of a stint. He's going to go for the move on old man's ear.
Easy as it goes.
Yeah, nice and easy with the DRS, and the ERS down that long straight. Can Manzi try and get on the power early and get back at him? Manzi's really been struggling with the rear end out of there, to be fair. And Eagle's still got DRS now from Toxic MW.
Yeah. So he's still got that DRS, which is crucial for him, really.
Penalties wise, what penalties has Eagle got? Because he's gonna, even if he catches Prost, he's got a penalty right now.
So the penalty situation, I'll just have a look now. I'm trying to get to it without it messing about. Right, so Toxic MW has 6 seconds of pens. Eagle has 3 seconds. Primex has 3 seconds, and UK Demons also has 3-second time limit.
Okay. Button has hit the pits for his second and final stop. That'll be another set of fresh softs for the McLaren man. That'll bring him out. I think P8. Yeah, it will be.
Yeah,
P8
yeah. The moment Eagle...
Toxic CW looks set to win this, unless Prost can do something special.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got 6 and a bit seconds to catch in 7 laps at the end of this one.
Well, he got the ERS for it, to be fair. He's got the tyres.
True. He actually might do that.
It is quite possible. Only 10 drivers left, so everyone's getting points today. Whether it's the right points you need or not, everyone's getting points.
Petronas is actually catching him quite quickly. 6.1 seconds is the gap. 6 seconds now. 6 seconds. Yep, he's definitely catching.
Yeah, he's got that tyre advantage.
Eagle will know it as well. Eagle will be desperate to just get past Toxic and have a go. That's all he can do. He can just get past and give it everything he's got. Yep. You shouldn't worry about putting it in a wall or anything like that anymore. Just get past and have a damn good go.
Yeah, oh, Toxic MW's gone into AI mode for whatever reason that is.
I don't know, but it's allowed Eagle to throw it up the inside at the last corner, but that was never going to be on. That was close.
Yeah. He's, however, going to get the move to down to 2-1.
Toxic MW says, I ain't giving it to you like that, my friend.
Yeah, pushes him off the circuit. There's nose here. Don't know why you wanted to iron,
has fastest lap. The answer to that, my friend, is currently RSF1 Eagle with a 1 minute 37.040. Barry picks up another 3-second time. Not another, that's his first, isn't it?
Yeah, first penalty for Barry.
Eagle's going to want to do it now. He's going to need to use that overtake that he's got left if he's going to do it. He's catching him, he's catching him, he's catching him.
He's going to get the dive down.
Soft tyres under braking. Yep, that's going to be the move. But can Toxic get him back in DRS? Is Toxic going to try and get him back? He's looking like he's going to try. Overtake and DRS enabled.
Eagle's
is he going to be close enough?
Light.
He's going to have a look. He's going to have a look. He's going to have a go.
Yeah, there you go. Toxic back in front again.
Great bit of racing here. It's not what Eagle needs, that is for sure, since the gap to Prost is now 11 seconds. But a great bit of racing. Prost could do this, by the way. He's absolutely flying.
He is, yeah.
He could genuinely catch Toxic. CW here.
Yeah, gap 4.6, 4.5, coming down very quickly.
A little bit further back, Primus is starting to catch fish sticks for P6. P6 isn't that far off old Manzi either. See if Eagle can make a move this lap. Eagle's really struggling on the RS. He's just not had any chance to save it.
Yeah.
He's been needing to make moves ever since the start.
And it looks like as well, Toxic MW has that yellow fuel light on, so he has obviously a lot less fuel than everyone else, so he won't have as much to burn as the rest of the drivers.
He's able to use the RS at the minute though.
Yeah.
Over Eagle. It's killing Eagle at the minute.
Primus getting past fish sticks down the straight. Very good move from Primus there, nice and easy.
Nice and easy on those fresher tyres.
Yeah.
Fish sticks will have to concede that one, and Primus has got Old Manzi in his sights next. Eagle! He's made it happen, but Toxic's not going to give that all. He's going to try and come back around. No, that's going to be it, I think. I can't see Toxic getting back at him now. The tyre advantage will be too much for Toxic to mount the challenge. So, your two championship rivals, teammates, P2, P3, it's in Frost's hands right now. Eagle with the fastest lap, which unfortunately won't make any difference because is it 18 points for second and 15th for third?
Yeah, so it'd be 2 points between them.
So it'd be 2 points between them as it stands at the minute with the fastest lap for Eagle.
Yeah, so this way, Duffy will be in third place.
Yeah, he'll lose out on the title by 10 points as Frost is currently in P2.
Yeah. Yeah, which it's really unfortunate, but end of the day, that's how it is.
Racing,
when
my friend.
The whole championship comes down to one race. That's what happens, unfortunately. One race says it all.
I wonder if Frost is going to try and win this race. Now, if I'm him, I don't see the point in risking the damage that you could possibly get in a fight with CW. I'd probably just let him drive around.
I would be the same. I'd just chill behind him. But I would also, you want to end on a high, don't you? You want to end on the highest of highs. So
you have that, split feeling there. You want to win the title by winning the race, but at the same time, what about if you go to win the race and you lose the title? These things can happen, so you never know.
Yeah,
Primus is caught right up to the back of Old Manzi.
Yeah, Primus looking very quick at the moment.
Primus is going to go for it here, sure.
No,
good. Oh, God. I thought for a second there he was going to let off the brakes and let it roll into the inside of him. Tried to squeeze him out.
That now from Frost to Toxic is 2.6. You can see him in the distance.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be. I think he is wanting to get him, but I don't think he'll take any unnecessary risk to win the race.
Yeah. Yeah, I think UK Demons there get another 3-second time penalty, unfortunately for him. But with the looks of it, Frost's just going to keep marching. But it's 2.5 second gap for 3 laps. This race, 3.5 laps of this race.
7 seconds was the gap after the pit stop, so he's currently caught in 4.5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's coming down rapidly again. Here comes Primus though. On Old Manzi. Will Old Manzi put up a fight? I don't think he's got it in the tyres, unfortunately. He'll look for the cutback, but he has been struggling on the power out of here. Yeah, and he's a lot later on the power again. Primus up into P5, but penalties could play a part there. Old Manzi could find himself skittling his way up the leaderboard by the end of this.
Yeah, definitely. If he can keep up. If he could stay with Primus, there's a chance he can get further. If Primus with 3 second and Toxic with 6, so he could find his way to P4 if he can keep up.
Yeah, Primus really pushing hard on those mediums at the minute. 2 laps to go at the end of this one. And currently the gap stands at 2.2 seconds between the race leader and current championship winner, or championship leader I should say really, RS Frost. And he doesn't seem to be pushing as hard these laps now as he was the laps before. I think he's just wanted to make sure, and I think he's just going to bring it home, but you never know what could happen. things can change quickly. Button right on the back of fish sticks for P7. Button also got penalties. I'm not quite sure how many, but he's got penalties, so he'd have to make a bit of ground on fish sticks as well. I'm going to see if he can get past him here. He's gaining rapidly with DRS activated and DRS open. Can fish sticks come back at him? He's going to try in the braking zone. He's going to try and hold it. There's going to be contact. There is contact. Oh, fish sticks has done well to hold it. He really needed to back out of that move, unfortunately. The racing line had become Buttons. He was well ahead. Fish sticks tried to hold it in there.
Yeah, very
Button had every right to go for the apex, but it's one of those, you try and hold your hat in there, see what you can get out of it. Button wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, I think Fish sticks tried to defend, but there was just nothing there for him, unfortunately. Like you said, the line turned into Buttons. Button got the move done now on the back of Old Manzi.
Yep, right up on the back of Old Manzi, and he'll probably looking to make this move happen and then try and get a gap to try and beat out his current penalty situation, which as you can see there, he's on 3 seconds. He needs a 3-second gap to try and secure that P6 if he gets past Manzi. He's got 1 and a bit laps to do it in if he can make the move on this lap. As Prost is not really closing the gap as fast as he was. Maybe the sauce is starting to go off a little bit for Prost. Or like I say, maybe he's just aware of his surroundings. He knows what's happening. He's not ready to take any risk that'll throw away the championship he's currently got 9 fingers on.
Yeah, I think at the moment Toxic is pushed a little bit just to show Prost that, you know, he's not winning this race. The race is going to Toxic. He wants that. He wants that win. Button, however, getting the move to Normanton straight.
Yep,
he's now
got
up
it
at
done.
P6.
Now, can he make that gap? We'll find out. Are those softs working for him? Old Manzi will have the DRS here. He's just going to try and get back at Button, I think. He's not really using the overtake, but he is pulling him in with the DRS. He's having a quick look. He's not going to go for that one though. A little bit too far back. Now Button's chance to make it count. Can he make the gap? Keep himself in P6.
Yeah, he needs to get the
Prost,
gap.
yeah, Prost is definitely just bringing it home. He's got 1 circulation left. 11.6 seconds the gap to his nearest championship rival. This is all Prost if he can get round the Yas Marina circuit one last time. And Toxic CW also, huge shout out. This is an incredible drive from Toxic CW, who's got the red flashing fuel light, by the way. So I hope that doesn't come to hinder him in a minute. I hope he's not forgot about his fuel mixture.
Yeah, I've done that way too many times.
Toxic MW also in the same boat. Those boys are identical. They must be identical twins.
Yeah. Toxic MW actually having a great race. Obviously pitting lap 1 or 2. Now he's in 4th place. Maybe he was a few places
If he
out.
could have got away without those penalties, he'd have been in a great position right now.
Yeah.
Button's doing a job, by the way. 2.3 seconds is the gap. He needs another 6 or 7 tenths, and it's done. He might have secured himself that position. As Toxic CW enters Sector 3 for the final time.
One more sector to go. Both points today. We're up to the Alpha Air boys.
He's got 3 more corners to secure the win in the final race of the season. Toxic CW around the last 2 corners. He's going to win here at the Yas Marina circuit, but it's all about the man in P2. Racing Series Prost. He takes the world title. He snatches it from Duffelump at the final race of the season, and it's all over. Prost is your F4 world champion. The Alfa Romeo man brings both titles home to the Alfa Romeo garage. He's done it. He's done it the hard way, coming from behind. Piastri's the underdog apparently coming into this race. He has done it, a P2, enough to secure the world title for RS Prost. Commiserations to Eagle P3, missing out by 2 points, I think it was in the end.
Yeah.
We look at the fastest lap, 2 points he missed out by, and commiserations to Duffer, who unfortunately crashed out of the final race of the season when he had an 8-point lead in the championship battle. It's all over for F4. Congratulations, and that was a heck of a race to seal it off. Real shame the way it ended for Duffer, but a heck of a race to seal it for Prost.
Yeah, really good race to watch. Congratulations to the top 3 and Prost as well for winning the Drivers' Championship. Like Diggle said, commiserations to Duffer. He had a mega season, but unfortunately, the one race where you needed to do well in, unfortunately, obviously things happen out of anyone's control. But it was very unfortunate. But obviously, congratulations to the winner Prost and winner of this race Toxic as well.
Do you want to
congratulations.
Work on the top 3, my friend, and Brundle as well, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I will do. You want to run us through?
I will. As soon as I stop watching these men dance on the podium, I'll run you through the final runners and riders of the Yas Marina circuit. And there you have it. Your final F4 race winner of the season, Toxic CW, takes first position from 7th on the grid. P2, and your new F4 Drivers' Champion, it's RS Prost. P3, missing out on the title by 2 points, it's RSF1 Eagle. P4, the second of the Toxic boys, Toxic LW. P5 was Old Manzi. P6, Primus Gaming in the Racing Point. P7 was RSF1 Button. P8, Fish Sticks in the Red Bull from P5 on the grid. P9 was UK Demons. P10 was Barry 23. And the 4 DNFs, 42104, Duffalum 26, your boy Prowl, and the pole sitter Cooper Benz, who crashed out early doors. What a race, ladies and gents. What a way to seal it for RS Prost. Commiserations to the 2 boys that lost out in the championship fight. Congratulations to Toxic on the win, and we will get everybody rounded up and we will go through the interviews with you.
Yeah, make sure you will include your audio to have a chat. Right then, did you want to run through third and first, I'll run through second, or...?
Third and first, you do second, sounds like a plan. Give me half a second to load up the relevant cars and we'll get rocking and rolling. Has Brundle been able to join us?
Yeah, I believe he's on his way.
He did come on.
Lovely stuff. Give me half a second then.
Oh my fucking god.
Alright, I will start. Is everybody included their audio?
Yep.
Lovely. Alright, we'll start with you, Eagle. First off, congratulations on P3 at the Yas Marina circuit. Commiserations on losing out on the title. 2 points in the end separated you and your teammate. Talk me through your race. How did it go? Saw you get held up a few times, real shame, but how did it go for you?
Wasn't it 3 points, no?
No, my friend, you got fastest lap of the race, which made it 2 points.
Oh, did I? Right, okay. I messed up in Q3 on my second. I was 4/10 up, which would have put me P2, which may have helped in the race, but I started from P6. Wasn't great. Double stacking also didn't help, although I didn't want to go an extra lap before pitting on the safety car, so I had a double stack, which let Primus get past me. I then got stuck behind him for a bit, and then we had a bit of coming together on one of the corners, which knocked me off the track and dropped me down 2 or 3 positions. But yeah, I didn't think I was going to win it, to be fair, anyway, so those 2 boys were pretty...
Well, it was closer than you could have ever expected, really. 2 points, it doesn't get much closer than that. I mean, you've come away with a Constructors' title and a second place in the end in the Drivers' Championship. Did you think, maybe, when Duffer crashed out, did you think, hang on, it could be on here?
Yes and no, because I seen Duffer go, but I obviously knew Prost was quite, I don't know if I was ahead of me at that time, but I knew he was creeping away, so I suppose 50-50, but obviously I knew Prost was up there, and he's pretty consistent.
Yeah, you're not wrong, he was doing a cracking job at the time, and overall, happy with your season?
Extremely, yeah. I'm most happy with. I've finished every single race, all 22 races in the points. So that's what I'm
Hooray!
most pleased with.
Well, it's funny that we didn't mention race wins. You have only took one race win out of 22 rounds this year. You are Mr. Consistent. Second in the Drivers' Championship with only 2 race wins, beating out Duffer with 6 race wins this season. You are definitely classified as Mr. Consistent in F4. Are you looking forward to next year?
I am.
Season, sorry.
I'm hoping. Obviously, we get new cars and stuff. I'm hoping not to have a Ferrari engine because the side of it really does do my head.
What would you like?
I don't care. Honda or Renault engine. Any car with a Honda or Renault engine.
Well, congratulations, my friend, on P3 and P2 in the Drivers' Championship, and of course, taking home the Constructors' title to Alfa Romeo. And we look forward to seeing you again for Season 4.
Thank you. Congrats, Prost. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
All yours, Duffer, my friend. Not even Duffer, it's Grunty.
Yeah, thank you. Congrats, Eagle, obviously on 3rd place. Commiserations, missed out a couple of points there, but well done indeed. But we move on to E2. That'll mean nothing to him. What he's concentrating more is obviously the driver's title. Congratulations, RS Prost, for winning the F4 driver's title. How are you feeling right now?
I don't know. It hasn't set in. I don't know. I'm extremely happy, obviously, but on the other hand, I'm not, because I didn't want the final race. I mean, it was looking like it was going to be a real good race between me and Duffer, and unfortunately, that didn't happen. You know, as soon as the race ended, he invited me to a party and we had a little chat, and he said, look, you know, he had to avoid the person spinning 4D. He went on the curb, he spun. I had to avoid that car as well, and it's just unlucky for him. So, if anything, I'm more gutted for Duffer. He should have won this championship. So
yeah,
that's all I've got to say on it.
Yeah, that's what happens. Obviously, when it all comes out to one race, anything can happen. Unfortunately, that did. Big commiserations to Duffer. You know, we all wish it would have happened differently, but that's how it ended, I'm afraid. But I'm guessing, obviously, you're quite happy with your season. Obviously, being in F4.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, I'm happy to have won the overalls with Alpha again. I'm happy to give them a constructor and a driver's title as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm extremely happy with the season.
According to Camo, that don't count, does it? So.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, it don't count, does it?
Oh, is it not?
No. According to Camo, it doesn't count because he's not won any.
The season doesn't count because he hasn't won any?
No, the overalls. The overalls don't count.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, well, congrats on P2 and obviously the Drivers' Championship as well. Obviously not the way you wanted to end, but still, you still won it. Obviously, season of hard work come to the final close. I'll leave you to Diggles, 1st place.
Yeah, congratulations, Prost, on the driver's title. It was a shame to see it end how it did, but whoever wins it always deserves it, my friend. Congratulations. But we'll move on to a man who is back on the podium for the 2nd time running, as I'm fairly confident we spoke last week. Toxic CW, and this time on the top step. How are you feeling, mate? Talk me through your race. That was the perfect race in the end.
Yeah, it was a good race. Off the start, had a bit of wing damage. Just fucking breaking ahead of me. Had to get that fixed. I thought that was the race over. I was going to load out in the safety car count. It was unfortunate for I believe it was without, but had it in my hands nicely and inside double mediums. I was going to get to the sauce, but the tyre grip was off. I just started pushing away, hoping to get ahead of Prost, and so I was catching rapidly. When I got to the second to last lap, I thought that was it over, he's going to catch me, then it sat at the 2-second mark, so I was certainly sweating buckets when it came to the end there. Prost, really good driver, keeping him hot on my tail, so congrats to him for winning the title and all that, and yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it was a cracking drive in the end, mate. Like you say, it didn't look like it would fall your way, and then it did. Everything fell into place, and you pounced perfectly onto the strategy. And like you say, right at the end there, we were thinking there were 7 laps left. The gap was 7 seconds. Something gives me a sneaky suspicion Prost decided that second was enough to wield the drive to win the title. He didn't really need to go for the win, but you never know. You did the perfect thing. You held him off. You won the race. You took home all 25 points right at the end of the season. Got off on finished on a strong foot. Do you think you could maybe start on a strong foot in season 4 and maybe go on to mount a challenge at the top?
Yeah, I'm hopefully going to do that from the start, practicing for Australia, then set it off and hopefully be in Prost's situation by the end of the season.
Well, you never know, mate. It's a level playing field. Everyone starts on 0. You have every chance. Congratulations on the win, my friend, and we look forward to seeing you once again in season 4. And I will pass over to my boss, the one, the only RF1S, Michael, has joined us in the commentary box.
Mr. Brundle.
Just call me Brundle, Michael, or whatever now.
Well, you can't even spell RSF1 right, so you expect us to call you real name?
There's reasoning. But hi. Also, I'm not your boss. We're all a boss. We'll work together.
Season 4's cancelled.
Welcome along, my friend. What did you have to say to the boys and to everyone else watching?
Well, first of all, I've got to thank both you and Grunty for doing the last couple of weeks. Obviously, there's reasons behind it, because obviously, I guess spoilers, you are commentator next season, Diggles. A full-time commentator. Hopefully getting a division to yourselves.
2 lucky boys.
Obviously undecided what day you go on, what tier it is, but so on and so forth. And also, Grunty's coming back full-time as well, so... This is that. Obviously, I've done commentating for F4 majority of this season, well, all of this season pretty much. Gotta say, it's been a pleasure to watch. It's gotta thank every one of the drivers, really. All played their part, all had great battles, good stories all round, so... obviously, again, commiserations to Duffer. I mean, he's taken it very well, to be honest. He said, that's racing, so obviously not the way we all wanted to see it, but obviously congrats to Prost as well, and both Alfa Romeo doing the teams championship. That's all good. So yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, especially in these times that we're in. It was a distraction to what it is. So,
yeah, I totally agree. I have to echo his words. The league racing scene this year has took off leaps and bounds thanks to, well, not thanks to, but due to everything that's been going on in the world, and it's been a real nice distraction for some to get away from what is a scary situation. And talking of the man himself, and we will give him a word because I think he's still with us. Duffer, is he here? He is. Commiserations, my friend. And I suppose I'll hand the reins over to you if you've got anything to say, but commiserations from all of us. It was a heck of a fight all season.
Oh, it's good. I'm gutted. It's horrible to go like that, but it was alright. Congrats to Prost. Congrats to Eagle as well, because he's done me in the championship as well.
Incredibly, yes. You've unfortunately lost out on the title by 10 points and lost out on second by 8 points. It's how the cookie crumbles, isn't it? It's just part of racing. Mate. These things unfortunately happen. Yeah, and like you say, congratulations to the winners.
But it was fun. It was a great season. It was tense. It's what you want. But yeah, wasn't gonna happen. GG Duffer, man. What season? And you, mate. And you.
Well, I won't bore anyone for any longer. Congratulations to the 3 of you for taking it as far as you did. Congratulations to RS Prost, our new F4 Drivers' Champion. Thank you all for tuning in again for all 22 rounds of this season. And before you know it,